It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, the D-backs, they open the second half with a bang as they sweep the Cards behind Geno Suarez's 4 homers and some dominant pitching from Fought, Nelson, and Kelly. Scotty Scheffler grabs his second major of the year, taking the Open in style, and Chris Paul returns to Los Angeles for one last shot at the ring, signing a one-year deal with the Clippers. Plus, Ketel Marte's, he's back after that scary off-field incident, and the D-backs lock in their top draft picks. We got a loaded show today. We welcome in no Manuch today. He's getting the root canal, so I'm sure he's pretty excited about that right now, or he is listening. For Jimmy B, his mic is not on, so it'll be just me today. So
it's on now. Try that.
There you go. So thanks, Connor, CC, making that happen. Yeah. So you're not used to sitting in the hot seat there.
No, this is different for me.
You look shorter in that seat.
Well, actually, the chair just went down when I sat in it. So during the next commercial timeout, I have to raise it back up again.
All right, let's start with the D-backs. As Geno Suarez led the charge, crushed 2 homers on Sunday. That marked a second straight multi-homer game, raising his National League totals to 35 homers, 85 RBIs. Merrill Kelly, 9-5 on the season now, delivered a strong start. He went 6 innings, gave up just 2 runs, and struck out 5. Corbin Carroll added a spark, had his 13th triple of the season. Part of an Arizona Diamondback early 4-run inning yesterday. So good to see them sweep the Cardinals 10-1 on Saturday, 7-3 on Friday. It was a slugfest throughout the weekend. They improved to 500. They're now 50-50. They sit just 2.5 games out of the final National League wild card, heading into some matchups later this week. So good stuff there.
Are you excited about what you watched over the weekend? That's the key. Did it excite you enough to prepare you for what is coming up now playing against Houston?
Well, hey, Houston's really banged up, so it could be an opportunity to get a couple more wins there. But it's good to see them come out of the All-Star break swinging like they did. We knew that their offense was pretty good, but not to see 3 days of pitching like we saw to outscore those guys, the Cardinals, the way they did was huge. But yeah, did it cut the wild card gap? Yeah, it did. However, their odds didn't change much. Right. They were just under 10%, now just under 20%. But if they lose 2 or 3, then they're back to about 14, 13%. So I'm not getting too excited about it, but sure. Do I want to see W's? Does it give us something to talk about? Buyers, sellers, that kind of stuff over the course of the next couple of days. I think that's fun for us for talk radio, but at the same time, I still think this team is what they are, and we saw that over the course of the first half of the season. I think they're going to be sellers. It's going to suck to see them lose some of these superstars that are really making this team fun to watch, but it is what it is when it comes to this. It's a business, and they can't just rely on 3 games to make their decision.
I'm with you on that 100%. Look, I think everybody got excited, and before the weekend, if we kind of said, oh, yeah, they're going to definitely be sellers, this team's going to go nowhere, and then they come out and they sweep. That is Major League Baseball. That is what happens on an everyday basis in Major League Baseball when you have to play 162 games. Look, they have teams in front of them, which include Cincinnati, the Mets, the Padres, the Giants, even the Cardinals are still in front of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. Could they turn it around? The figure that I have in my head, Rock, they would have to win in the second half 38 to 40 games to probably be in that wild card chase. Yeah. I don't know if that's a realistic number or not.
It'll be a battle if they can do it. It'll be a great story, one that I think we would love to talk about.
Yes.
But let's just be realistic. What we've seen over the course of the first half of the season, it's been a hell of a roller coaster ride. And we know this team has a lot of talent. It's just unfortunate because of these contracts that they have they are going to have to most likely move some of these guys. And they're fan favorites. I think if you had another year under your belt with these guys and your pitching, at least your starting pitching and your closers were healthy, I think this would be a whole different story.
I agree.
And a much better story to talk about.
Yes, it would be. Yeah, but that's not reality.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Reality is that they're probably going to be sellers.
Yeah.
If you had to bet, if you had to put a bet down on DraftKings, you're betting that they're selling. Off the field, Ketel Marte, he's back with the D-backs, but he's returning from more than just a break. It was revealed last week that he was robbed in a Scottsdale home. It came out, according to the Republic, $400,000 worth of jewelry and personal items were stolen. Of course, he was in Atlanta for the All-Star game when he got the call that someone had broken into his house, and through a translator said, not good to know you lose around $400,000, but you gotta move on. So they placed him on a restricted list this past weekend. He came back yesterday. He could have played, but he didn't. He's expected to be DH tonight against the Astros. So it's going to be an emotional stretch for him after he broke down on the field, if you recall, with the heckler in Chicago. Who heckled him about his late mother. But, man, he's having one of his best seasons of the year, 290, 19 homers, 40 RBIs. He's been playing so well, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, you start the All-Star game that you have to deal with all this other crap.
I'm with you on that. It is unfortunate, but he is not the only one who has been targeted. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, other top-notch players' homes have been targeted when this ring, whoever they are, know that they are not in the house, which begs the question one more time, and we had a quick discussion of it last week, so I'll just reiterate, is when you make that kind of money and you know you're going to be gone an extended period of time, like, several days, wouldn't you have somebody stay at your house? Rock,
No.
You wouldn't do that.
No.
You wouldn't do that.
No.
You wouldn't call one of your boys and say, hey, sit in my house for 3 days.
No.
Why not?
Why would I? You going to do that?
Yeah.
Well,
if I was gone an extended period of
3
time.
days. Well, you were just gone for a weekend in San Diego.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Are you going to have some valuable stuff in your house? I'm sure you have that kind of money in your house. No, I'm serious.
No, I have the people across the street look in.
Okay, well, I'm sure
you think he did that?
I know exactly where he lives. I know the neighborhood quite well. I mean, like, quite well.
Yes.
To the point where
you're his neighbor.
The same zip code.
You're his neighbor.
Yes. So I know there are a lot of houses on that street that have professional golfers, professional baseball players, and others. I'm sure they're not all, doing this. I'm sure they're not all having somebody watch your house. Now, one thing I did find out.
Okay.
That how these robbers are finding out if someone is home or not. It's some pretty high-tech stuff. They're doing it on data. They can somehow figure out if you're using your internet or not. And if there's no activity on your internet in your home, it tells them that there is no one home. How effed up is that?
That's incredible.
Think about that.
See,
your phone, your streaming, everything you do is linked to your Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And they're tapping into that.
If it's me, it's like I'm not home every night because I'm not on the internet all night.
But you're on your phone all the time.
I'm on the phone.
What's the difference?
Due to work, yes, and I carry the phone with me.
So
it still goes to your.
Yes.
Wow.
Think about that, Jimmy.
Incredible.
Think about that.
I'm calling Bill. Hey, Billy, watch my house while I'm here.
What are they going to do? Your neighbor is not going to sit there on his porch smoking a cigar and drinking a cold beer watching your house.
I get you.
I don't think it's realistic.
Okay.
I mean, you're gone for a few days.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So every time you go out of town, you're going to have somebody to watch your house. I mean, if you got a dog, it's different, but come on.
Yeah.
I mean, we just assume. It's just like we always assume when these players get in trouble drinking and driving or whatever, it's like, oh, they're never allowed to drive. They're never allowed to stop and get a cold one like we all do. I mean, because they make all this money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be realistic.
Well, just when you're in that income category, I just thought that might be something.
But there's a lot of people.
I'm not in that income category.
There's a lot of people in that income
yes,
category.
But they are not
stars.
Not. But they are not stars, and people know where they are. Nobody knew where I was when I was gone. You did because I told you, but nobody else did.
Okay, but a lot of people, I'm sure now he didn't tell everybody that. I mean, people know because of what he does for a living.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, they know I make 38 cents an hour here on this show. So they know I'm not a big money grab. So from that standpoint, it's totally different than a guy who makes 20, 30 million a year.
But there are people on his street, in his block, in
that
his
make
neighborhood
that money,
that make that money, maybe even more money than he does.
Okay.
So you're going to tell me, I mean, if that's a business you want to start, Jimmy, let's start it.
Oh, man.
You'll stay at someone's house when they go out of town.
I would do that.
Yeah, of course you would. Get paid, a few $100 a night, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then if a robber would come, what the hell would you do?
I'd have a big dog with me.
Oh, that really would matter.
And a baseball bat.
You would do nothing.
And my driver.
There's just people are just not realistic. I mean, it's not like you can.
I guess
people
you're
go
right.
out of town.
Yeah, they
you're
do.
Not gonna just,
I know.
So will you stay? Hey, CC, I'm going out of town for the weekend. Can you stay at my house?
Yeah.
I'd love to know what kind of alarm system he had. Seriously. I mean, I have an alarm system. I have a full-fledged alarm system.
I have the Ring, yeah.
I mean, the Ring. The Ring is a joke. If you think that's going to save you you don't think these guys are more sophisticated than a Ring? They see that Ring and they're ding, ding, and they're like, oh, whatever. Come on. They're smarter than that.
I know.
I don't think you do. You would have said all that.
I probably am not smarter than that. But that's why my guy Billy watches the house when I'm gone.
What does he do? How does he watch your house?
He's retired.
Okay, but so he sits on his porch and watches your house?
No, he goes and plays golf during the day.
Does he sleep at night when this robbery happened at night?
He might be. Yeah.
So he's not watching
He might be sound asleep.
All right.
and it might start at 8 o'clock at night for him.
Yeah, he's probably just got back from, Luby's or whatever at 4. All right, D-backs just flipped the script from sellers to buyers. That's a big question. We got some clubhouse sound from Merrill Kelly, Torey Lovello on the series that changed everything. Possibly. Plus, Gino Suarez's big weekend gets its moment. Are the D-backs back in the hunt? We got the replay rewind teed up. It's coming up next right here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona, proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Ready to hit Lake Pleasant the right way? West Side Recreation has your perfect day on the water. From Bluetooth speakers and tow bars to floating mats, tubes, full shade, and all the safety gear. Use code ESPN and get 15% off your rental right now. Whether you want to relax or ride wild, just bring the sunscreen. We've got the rest. Book today at westsideaz.com. West Side Recreation. We rent fun.
It's almost here. North Scottsdale, get ready. Orangedale Lounge is opening soon at Thompson Peak Parkway and Bell, right next to Bosch's. Your new favorite dive bar. Cold drafts, chill vibes, and the home of the OD Mug Club. No frills, just the good stuff. Great people, ice cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow @OD Scottsdale and get all the updates at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rope is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Construction managers, you prioritize safety with hard hats, gloves, and harnesses, but there's another tool to add to your first aid kits, naloxone. Naloxone reverses an opioid overdose and saves lives. Not only are construction workers at a greater risk of an opioid overdose than people in other occupations, but many overdoses occur in or near job sites. Provide access to naloxone and protect your workers. Together, we can build a safer future. Visit naloxoneaz.com.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
All right, we'll start with Torey Lovello. Proud of how his team showed up when it mattered most. This wasn't just another weekend. It was a turning point.
We all know how important the series was. We talked about it as far back as that workout on the off day, and our guys came out and responded. And I'm really proud of them for that. They're a group that is very hungry. They want to go out and play their best baseball and put this team back in the middle of this race. And I think we did that. And this was not only a very important series, but as we talked about a little bit today before the game, this was a very important game. You know, you make up 3 spots with one extra win here. So at the end of it, it feels good. I want these guys to enjoy it, and we got to go out and do the same thing. Continue to play good quality baseball. Get some really well pitched games from our starters. Get that timely hitting, build innings, and see what else Gino can do. Feels good, and we got to keep going. We're a good baseball team. We got to keep playing good baseball.
So they hope to keep it going. He's calling it a turning point. Astros Diamondbacks tonight with live coverage starting on 98.7 at 6 o'clock.
You know, from the standpoint where he says turning point, I hope he's right.
Yeah.
Because that would really ignite this city once again instead of just, oh, well, okay, there are 3 games above 500 week and a half later. Well, there are 4 games under 500. They need to have something good happen to them. But it just can't be for a week or two, Rock. It's got to be some sort of consistency so they can indeed play themselves into a wild card spot.
So you mentioned that the city would go nuts. Do you think the city would go more nuts if they stand pat because they're winning some games? Do you think that the city would be like, okay, we like this roster, we like these guys, let's just go for it? For what we have. If we don't make it, we don't make it. But at least, we're not going to lose these guys. Then we got an offseason to try to re-sign them.
Yeah, that's the issue right there. And they're going to have some guys that are going to be expensive, especially Suarez with what he's doing right now.
Well, pay the man.
Yeah. So here's the way I would feel about that. I think fans would not get upset if they stood pat with what they have, knowing the fact that contracts are coming to an end this year, and they will also understand the fact all of the injuries have truly taken a toll on this team. And if they can find a way to right the ship and be competitive, and once again, that figure that I'm looking at in the second half, 38 to probably 40 wins would, I think, get them into maybe that third and final wild card in the National League. But that's a tough get. I'm not saying that they are capable of just rolling to that number. It's going to be a tough get.
All right, let's continue with our replay rewind. And here's Merrill Kell, who says this wasn't just a big win. It could change the front office mindset as the trade deadline nears.
Obviously huge, with all the, the deadline speculation and all the rumors and everything that's written on Twitter and everything. We obviously are aware with what type of first half we had. We're obviously aware that we, in our minds, underperformed. So to come out and get a sweep of a team, not only in the National League, but a team who's directly in front of us is big time. And hopefully we can, ride this momentum and right the ship and hopefully, start turning the talk of us being sellers into, hopefully buyers.
They're listening.
Oh, yeah.
They are listening.
He admits it. I mean, and look, I tip my cap to him for admitting that.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, Tori, don't pay any attention to the dopes on Twitter, okay? Just the people that report, not the fan base that wants to get you fired. Remember that? We had, when they were in that real bad slump, oh, he's got to go. No, they didn't have any players, and the fan base was yelling for Torrey's head. No, don't pay any attention to that. Concentrate on what you can concentrate on and try to get this team to produce.
All right, 2 more cuts, and the rumors are swirling. Kelly's name has been floated. Here's how he handled all that noise behind the scenes.
It just comes with the territory. It's part of the job. I think once you start letting that stuff get in your mind and kind of influence your day to day, it takes away from not only your performance, but it also takes away from the relationship that you have with the guys in this clubhouse. We want to win as this team. We want to win as this group of guys. And I think if you let that stuff affect you, it takes away from that you start thinking about the grass is greener on the other side, and we want to water the grass here.
Perfect answer.
Yeah, it was.
It really is.
I'm a big Kelly fan. Let's hope they can keep him. All right, we'll wrap it up with this. Lovello giving Gino Suarez a lot of love after a weekend that lit up Chase Field.
What a great day, right? 2 home runs, gets us that 4-run lead. He's ready to hit in that first inning and just takes a couple really nice swings. And next thing you know, he's got 35 home runs, 80 plus RBIs. It's a magical year. He's continuing to build on it each and every night.
I think the dude has rebounded perfectly. Remember last year, everybody wanted him gone. He was hitting about 230 and was struggling at third base from time to time, making some unforeseen errors. That has not been the case. He got out of the blocks a little slow. Remember, he was hitting the long ball, but he was hitting like 215. So his average now is up near 260, and he has continued to hit the long ball and drive in runs. This is why you pay this man to play third base. This is the Suarez that everybody was hoping to see, and he has to continue doing what he's doing if the Diamondbacks are going to be players when we get past the trading deadline and if they can make a run to the wild card.
All right, today's Replay Rewind is brought to you by Lerner in Row in a wreck. Need a check, make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always at lernerandrow.com. If you missed it, Nick Bacoro, the Arizona Republic, reported that the D-backs have officially signed their top 2 picks from the 2025 MLB draft. The shortstop, Kason Cunningham, he was the number 18 overall pick from San Antonio. He signed a $4.5 million deal, which was the full slot value. And then right-hander Patrick Forbes, who was the number 29 overall pick from Louisville, he signed a 3-year, a $3 million deal, slightly below the slot value of 3.19. So those deals.
Do you know who those guys are?
I do. Yeah,
you do. You know who they are? Their picks.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Did you? I know, but have you ever watched them play?
No, I don't watch.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was just.
Why do you ask that?
Because I never watched them play either.
Well, who does? Who watches these guys? I mean, unless you're a diehard high school baseball fan or college baseball fan, there'd be no way you would watch these guys.
I know.
I mean, Kason Cunningham, we may never see him for a while because he's going. He's committed to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So only way you will see these guys if they get to Omaha.
College World Series. Yeah.
So
that's it.
Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day is...
Which one are you going to go with? Because you have 2.
Well, we'll go with this one because we're talking about this one.
Okay.
We'll get into this next one in hour number 2. With Gino Suarez leading the National League in home runs and RBIs, can he now be considered candidate for a National League MVP? Your choices are yes, if he can stay consistent. No, Ohtani is dominating.
I know where I voted.
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear you would go no because Ohtani is just
he is
killing
dominant.
it.
Yeah,
he is the best baseball player
on the planet right now.
Yeah.
I look, it's I get the fandom in that question, and if you are looking at it as a non-fan of the Diamondbacks, you're scratching your head. Most of the country has no idea who Geno Suarez is.
Yeah.
No idea. Do they know who Ohtani is? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question today. You can vote at Roc and Manuch on X. And as always, if you are looking to get a free quote on your roof or maybe you need some repairs, head to state48roofing.com. And then you can always follow them on social media. Just search #SexyRoofStatus. All right. As we continue here from the ESPN 620 studios, by the way, we are streaming on YouTube and at rockandmanuch.com. We are going to get into a little football as we'll shift gears as Rudy Carpenter will join us as NFL camps open league-wide. And are today's camps tough enough to get players truly ready? We'll get his insight. You'll listen to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. But first, here is our first of many Twin Peaks ESPN 620 updates. Here's CC.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns wrapped up their summer league campaign with a dominant 111-87 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, finishing 2-3 in Las Vegas. Boogie Ellis led the way with 19 points, while Ryan Dunn added 16 and 6 assists in the victory. On the baseball side, the Arizona Diamondbacks completed a 3-game sweep of the Cardinals over the weekend, where Geno Suarez crushed 4 home runs in the final 2 games, and Corbin Carroll tripled 3 times in the series. Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt both turned in strong starts, helping Arizona outscore St. Louis 22-7 across the series. The D-backs now shift their focus to Houston Astros tonight at 6:40 p.m. with Zach Gallen on the mound, set to face Houston lefty Colton Gordon. Listen to the game at 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports. Summer is the season of splurging. Don't compromise. Come into Twin Peaks all week long and save big on some of your favorite food and beverage menus. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section or explore amazing flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, the new Ping I-240 irons have arrived. The tour-inspired I-240 irons are designed from the look of a player's model iron, but offers golfers high launch, forgiveness, and consistency. To reserve a custom fitting, visit us in store or book online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease. Many don't even know it.
I was lucky. We caught this at the very earliest stages. Pieces of my past are being erased.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's Disease Research Program has invested more than $175 million in breakthrough research. Call us at 1-855-345-6237 or visit us online at brightfocus.org/brainhealth. to learn more.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
It's almost here. North Scottsdale, get ready. Orangedale Lounge is opening soon at Thompson Peak Parkway and Bell, right next to Bosch's. Your new favorite dive bar. Cold drafts, chill vibes, and the home of the OD Mug Club. No frills, just the good stuff. Great people, ice cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get all the updates at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
For nearly 150 years, American Humane Society has been a promise and a guiding light in the world of animal welfare. Our commitment to rescuing, caring for, and protecting animals sets a gold standard in care and compassion. As pioneers in the field, we've grown into a global authority, trusted to lead the way in nearly every arena of animal protection. We are the guardians of those who cannot speak for themselves. Join us, and together, we will create a more humane world.
Here to talk football is former Sun Devil and NFL quarterback Rudy Carpenter, who went 3-0 against that team in Tucson.
Deep ball again by Rudy Carpenter. He reads it, it's zone coverage, gets behind the safety.
Rudy Carpenter now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, Rudy Carpenter joins us now. Talk some football. How we doing today, Rudy? Hanging in there?
Doing well. How are you?
Can't complain. I want to ask, as a former player, now agent, what do you think's been the biggest change you've seen how they run training camps now? Biggest change?
I think the practice schedule has changed. The amount of time that you're allowed to be on the field, the amount of practice time, the amount of meeting time, and then of course the physical part has definitely changed. And then of course you have the mandatory day off, which was never there before. So those things are. I would probably say the biggest change is the amount of practice time and the physical part of practice.
As a former quarterback, how tough is it for these young quarterbacks just to get up to speed with the reps with so limited at camp?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard. I mean, for quarterbacks, I mean, the only way to get better is with reps and full speed reps. And to me, that's just like the only way to get better. I mean, not only that, but in my honest opinion, I think the really only way to get better is to play in games. And that's limited too, especially because, these front offices and these coaches don't want their starter playing in the preseason really at all. And those are real reps, real live reps that guys miss out on as well. So yeah, I think it's tough for guys to develop. It's really tough for guys to develop. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And that's why these quarterbacks have to do everything they can on their own time when it comes to the off season, getting with their guys, when it comes to the off season, doing workouts with their guys, studying with their guys, watching film with their guys, doing, their off season studies on tendencies and self-scouting. All of that stuff is really important. So that you can give yourself a chance to try to get ahead and stay ahead of the curve. But, I think, the limited reps really, really hurts. The limited live reps really, really hurt. And I also think the lack of continuity within organizations really hurts because, it feels like the coaching staffs on, all of these teams that don't win the Super Bowl every year, turn over every 3 or 4 seasons. And it's really hard to, really, really grasp a playbook the way that you need in order to play fast when you're constantly changing offensive systems every couple of years.
Rudy Carpenter is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Rudy, why is it all of a sudden that second-round picks are demanding guaranteed contracts, whether if it's the signing bonus or the entire contract, and they are getting them, and still there are a few still second-round draft choices, including one important piece for the Arizona Cardinals, who is not under contract.
Well, it's like what we said last week when I was on this call, which is the moment everything is about precedent, right? And it's the same thing with Shamar Stewart for the Bengals. It's a precedent situation for him. The reason why he's not signing the contract is because it's about precedent. And what I mean by that is the Bengals are asking Shamar Stewart to sign a contract that has provisions in it that no other Bengals player has ever had in their contract. And people look at it and they say, man, his contract is worth $15, $20 million. Why is he not signing it? And then it's like you find out, well, you know, Mike Brown comes out today and says, if I have a player who gets in trouble, I want to be able to take back some of the money that I paid him, and I want to not pay him on his guaranteed money. If a guy is sitting in jail, why should I have to pay him? And I understand that. Most people look at that and say, that sounds reasonable. Does he plan on getting in trouble? No. Well, then he should just sign the contract. But we've also seen in a lot of cases where it looks like guys get in trouble and then come to find out, yeah, actually the story was made up or it wasn't true. And I'm not saying that always happens, but you got to protect yourself, and crazy stuff happens, especially talking about a lot of money. The other thing in Shamar's contract is it said that, you know, if he has an on-field incident, think about one like Myles Garrett had with the Steelers. If he has an incident like that during the course of a game and gets suspended, they can claw back guaranteed money or not pay him on guaranteed money. And I could get into a whole list of reasons on why that is crazy about the politics of the NFL. And so Shamar's trying to protect himself, but also not set a precedent. Because if Shamar signs that contract, now it sets a precedent for every first-round pick in the Bengals organization behind him, where they're going to have to sign that. It's the same thing with these second-round picks. The minute that you gave the Houston Texans kid a fully guaranteed deal in the second round, every player and their agent in the second round is now going to want that, and they're going to be able to point to a precedent that the Houston Texans made by signing their guy to a fully guaranteed deal. And it obviously worked out. Tyler Shook got a fully guaranteed deal, and other guys in the second round have. And so that is what it is. And if you're the Cardinals second round pick, you're saying, hey, everybody else is getting this. I want it too.
Rudy, how has that changed then for the agent? You operate as a licensed NFL agent. How has that changed how the way you do business then with front office NFL owners?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you know, and like I said, we follow the precedent. So, you know, when other guys in the second round are getting it, it's our responsibility to do the best by the guy that we represent. And so for us, we want to get a little bit more money than the guy that was picked in the same spot a year ago got. We want to get more guaranteed, more signing bonus. We want to get more of everything. And the moment that we see guys getting guaranteed contracts in the same round as us, we're going to fight for that too. And NFL teams hate getting to this place where their guys aren't signed, and it puts a lot of pressure on them. It puts pressure on the player as well. And it really becomes a war of attrition on who's willing to wait the longest.
He's Rudy Carpenter joining us here on ESPN 620 Phoenix. Getting back to just camp in general, can you tell early on if the team has it, like that edge or maybe that belief that they got what it takes to have a successful season? Can you see that in helmets and T-shirts and shorts?
Sorry, are you asking if you can tell if a team is going to be successful based on their OTAs or training camp?
Training camp, yes.
I don't know. I mean, it's really, 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 really hard, especially because we don't see everything.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the hard part. I mean, a lot of times we see clips here and there, and we hear the narrative that's going to, come out of the building. We don't truly know always what's going on. All we can do is judge on the preseason, and a lot of times that doesn't give you the answers that you would like. So I think that we as a public, it's hard to tell what the team is going to be. But I do think that within the building and within the team, they know what kind of year they're going to have based on how training camp goes, especially.
All right, my last one, and I'm going to just get your thoughts on this new trend of soft tissue injuries and veteran rest days. Are they protecting the players, or do you think this could be softening the game?
Well, when I look at soft tissue injuries, I don't think it's because a player gets like a veteran day here or there. I mean, I think a lot of it is just the way that guys are training in the off season. It's a good example, as crazy as this sounds. Like when you watch guys that are in MMA or kickboxing or crazy stuff like that, they literally train their body so they don't break their shin when they kick people.
Mm-hmm.
They literally train their shins by kicking wood and kicking hard poles and doing these crazy things to their shins to try to strengthen the bone in their shins so they can condition their body to not break their leg when they kick somebody and it goes shin to shin, right? And I guess my point is I don't think professional athletes are doing that anymore. They're not training for the sport that they're playing. And part of that is a lot of these guys are paying a lot of money to trainers in the off season. And as a trainer, you want to make that money. You want these guys to pay you the big money to train with you in the off season, not only to make money, but from a perception wise, you can sell it to your younger clients and everybody else. Like, hey, here's all these big NFL guys that are working out with me. But if you're pushing these NFL players hard in off-season training and you're really kicking their butt and then all of a sudden a guy gets hurt, now all of a sudden that guy's going to blame you for getting hurt. He's going to lose a lot of money. The NFL team is going to put him on the physically unable to perform list where they can dock his pay because he got hurt training outside of the building. And then you as a trainer get a reputation for getting guys hurt, and that's all bad. And so it's like everybody's kind of running this like country club style atmosphere of training, and guys aren't training their bodies for the quick twitch movements and the change of direction and all of that stuff. And therefore, they tear ACLs, they tear Achilles tendons. I mean, you look at Halliburton this year in the NBA finals. I mean, you listen to hardcore NBA guys, they're saying the reason that happens is because these guys are only playing in games and they're not practicing anymore. And so playing a game, don't move around for a couple of days, go back into a game full speed. So, look, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how much of this stuff is because of training and training wrong or whatever, or just freak accidents. But I also think you could make an argument and say, look, these guys are way bigger, way faster, way stronger, way more powerful, way leaner than any other athletes we've seen up to this point. Maybe because they're so strong and the force they put into the ground with how explosive they are is what's causing some of this too. I don't know. One thing I always said I thought was true. Whenever I was in the NFL, the guys that were the leanest, that had the crazy six packs and the huge muscles and veins popping out of their neck and all kinds of crazy stuff, those were always the dudes that were hurt the most. They always had a torn pec, torn bicep, hamstring, quad, soft tissue this, soft tissue that. The guys that were like me that had like some belly fat were like never hurt ever. And so like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the answer is.
I love it. So we can't call you Dr. Rudy Carpenter, can we? All right.
No.
Hey, Rudy, great stuff as always, man. Have a good week. Thank you for your time.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
Rudy Carpenter.
Bye.
You can follow him on X, Rudy G Carp 12. He's brought to you by Chill Boys Underwear. Are you wearing bad underwear? That's like striking out looking. Chill Boys boxers are a home run. They're soft, they're cool, and they're built for comfort in the clutch. So step up to the plate at chillboys.com. If you use the code ESPN, you'll score 20% off. All right, Jake Retzloff resurfaces at Tulane after a messy BYU exit. We got some Big 12 chaos going on. Could we see another team added to the Big 12? Memphis. We'll get into all that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and streaming on YouTube and rockandmanuch.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
This summer, escape the heat and head to Backyard Desert Ridge, where Valley sports fans go to play. Catch every big moment on 4 massive 10 by 18-foot LED screens and over 40 HD TVs. Fuel up with wings, nachos, and 45-plus beers or cocktails on tap. Then keep the party going with live DJs and reverse happy hour specials. And this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, your go-to spot to catch every Sun Devil football game all season long. Reserve your table now at BackyardUSA.com.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
At Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and safe. And that means safe at home, at school, and online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
Learn more at childfund.org.
My neighbor invited me to a Wounded Warrior Project event. I didn't know what to expect, but it felt like everyone understood me. We got each other. So I got more involved. I joined support groups with other women warriors, and it helped me realize a new purpose in my life.
Through our hands-on programs, supportive community, and ongoing advocacy, we help post-9/11 veterans realize what's possible. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
It's time for the guys to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable, weird, and entertaining moments in sports and pop culture. Sponsored by Arizona Iron Furniture on This Day Report. Visit one of our 4 Valley locations in Glendale, Scottsdale, or Gilbert and experience our craftsmanship firsthand. Find them at ArizonaIronFurniture.com.
All right, let's do it. Arizona Iron Furniture on This Day Report. 1996, Tiger Woods wins his 3rd straight U.S. Amateur Public Links title. 2002, Lance Armstrong wins his 4th straight Tour de France. And in 2013, Phil Mickelson wins the Open Championship at Muirfield as he goes 66 on Sunday. It was his first and only British Open, one of the greatest rounds in his career. All right, let's dive into football at 50 a little early, but we got some good stuff to get into as the Big 12 has been the most aggressive Power 5 conference, I think we would all agree, in terms of expansion. I mean, they've added 8 schools since 2023, just 2 years ago. Of course, Arizona, Arizona State, BYU, Cincy, Colorado, UCF, Utah, and Colorado, since they lost Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC. Now, could Memphis be up next? Well, according to Yahoo Sports, they submitted a compelling $200 million proposal to join the Big 12. Now, this offer included no media revenue share for 5 years, so they wouldn't get any money for 5 years. They would get up to $3 million annually in added sponsorships for each Big 12 school, and then there would be a clause allowing the Big 12 to expel Memphis after 2030 if the school doesn't add value. So it's a pretty aggressive approach, and there was some some talk that this could happen. Mm-hmm. Then earlier today, multiple sources said that the Big 12 presidents met and they discussed the matter, and they have decided to hold off on the vote to decide if they can move forward. So it looks as though right now Memphis is a little bummed out.
In the American, that's where they are.
Yeah, so they're a little bummed out that they're not going to be able to get into the Big 12. I give their AD a lot of credit.
I do too.
To put out all that and just say, okay, hey, we're willing to do whatever we can to throw in $3 million per school, to not take any of the money from the TV, just to get in there. I mean, they only receive $11 million in revenue share from the American Conference. That's what they got last year.
Right.
Now, if they do exit from that league, it would cost the school a minimum of $25 million.
Woo!
So they have some good sponsors there in Memphis. They got AutoZone there. They got FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pretty big companies. The chairman of Lowe's is a Memphis grad. I mean, there's some big-time money at Memphis, which I think the Big 12 should reconsider. Memphis is a good little market there. So close to Nashville and in the middle of the United States. I think it'd be perfect.
I like that idea of Memphis. I just don't think the Big 12 is in a situation where they want to jump at this particular moment. I do think that they will reconsider Memphis maybe near the end of this coming football season because of the things that you just referenced, Rock. There is money in that town, and there is money for that school. It reminds me of what SMU did when they wanted to get into the ACC, and they offered up all of these opportunities for the ACC, and they wouldn't accept anything. Just get us in. And we saw how that worked out. They got invited into the first top 12 teams in college football in the playoffs. So Memphis is a solid athletic school. Their basketball team makes the NCAA tournament. Their football team generally plays in a bowl game somewhere.
All right, former BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff is headed to Tulane as a walk-on. He'll compete for the starting job this fall. He's got to compete against 3 other transfers, one from Iowa, Ball State, and Illinois. He withdrew from BYU last week, if you remember, after facing a 7-game suspension for violating the school's honor code, premarital sex there at BYU. Right. So we will see what happens here. His timing, because of his timing, he couldn't enter the NCAA transfer portal. So he is going to join Tulane outside of normal transfer rules. Tulane, they vetted him. They went through the Title IX office and made no guarantees about his role and that he will compete in that quarterback room with those other quarterbacks. And the thing that's interesting about this, you feel bad for the 3 other guys that are in that room because you see Retzlaff coming there, and he's a guy who had a tremendous year. He's coming off 11-2, threw over close to 3,000 yards, 20 TDs, and 12 interceptions for BYU. BYU was the team everybody was talking about last year.
Right.
And now he's got to compete for a job as a walk-on.
So who in recent years, let's say in the last 10 years, is the greatest walk-on just in the last 10 years?
In what sport?
In football, in college football. Greatest walk-on just in the last 10.
Give me
he was at
Baker Mayfield.
There you go. Yes, I was going to say Texas Tech.
I just watched Oklahoma as well.
Oh, did you?
Did you watch the undercover he did?
I did.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I don't know, CC, if you've seen it. He does this undercover for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I gotta watch it.
It's Eli Manning's deal, and he goes undercover, and he's like a fan. and the fan is with other fans that won this behind the scenes, got to go in the locker room, do all this stuff. And it's amazing because these diehard fans, I mean diehard booster fans, did not know it was Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
They were talking to him like he was just some guy off the street. And I just don't get it. I can't imagine how, if you're that diehard of a fan, you wouldn't know Kyler Murray undercover. I mean, he clearly looked like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then he threw the ball, and then they, it just
then they figured it out.
But it was really good. It was really good. For those of you who have seen it, I think you know what I'm talking about.
I think people forget that he was at Texas Tech.
Can I give you some more walk-ons?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
J.J. Watt, Wisconsin. Clay Matthews, USC.
Yeah.
Stetson Bennett at Georgia. Who else do we have? Hunter Renfrow, Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Jody Nelson, Kansas State. Sean Payton, Eastern Illinois. But Baker Mayfield and J.J. Watt.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah. I mean, that's a walk-on. So you thought you were going to get one on me.
Well, no, not really. I thought that you would probably, because you said, give me an idea, and I said football, college football, and you nailed Baker then right away.
We have some Big 12 chaos again, just like last year. We expect a big ride, a wild ride, that is, for Big 12 football this year. We will have to get into that a little bit later. Athlon Sports came out with their football betting preview, and Arizona State looks good, and possibly a bounce back for Arizona. So we'll dive into that when we have some time later. Plus the Mountain West and Pac-12 feud is not over. So we'll have more time to get into that. But coming up, we're shifting gears. I never want to talk women's basketball, but we will. The WNBA All-Star Game was all flash until it turned into a contract standoff. The Stars went for more. They want more money. They want more revenue sharing. They want more respect. But are they growing the game or overplaying their hand? Jimmy says pay the players. I say not so fast. We'll get into that next. Hour number 2, Roc and Manuch right here on ESPN and Jimmy B. ESPN 620 and 98.7 HD-2.
The summer sales event is on at America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction, Sanderson Ford. Now get a Ford Protect 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance plan at no charge. Plus, big Sanderson discounts and Ford incentives. Get a new 2024 Escape ST line for only $26,599. New 2024 Bronco Sport Big Benz for $30,899. And new 2025 F-150 Super Crew STX trucks for $43,500. All 3 offers include the no-charge premium maintenance plan. Get it all with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense at Arizona's largest Ford dealership, Sanderson Ford. Thank you for your business over the past 70 years.
No-charge maintenance plan available on most models. Escape stock number 246582, Bronco Sport 245938, F-150 255193. Prices include Sanderson discounts and Ford rebates. All offers expire 9/2/25.
Sanderson Ford.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona.
this is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, welcome in to hour number 2 of the program. No Manuch today. You'll hear why during Factor Fouhy. So
sorry, I had to laugh.
WNBA.
Yeah.
I had a very outspoken argument at a stretch place I went to this morning with two very big WNBA players, or excuse me, not players, supporters.
Okay.
Both have daughters that play basketball. And I do think as we get into this topic today, if you have a daughter that plays basketball, you're probably going to lean to Jimmy's side. I do not have a daughter that plays basketball. However, girlfriend played college basketball. Girlfriend even thinks the product sucks. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that. Now, paid the players, not so fast. There's a debate that's heating up, and it's just nuts. Now, all right, it's time to hit a nerve. The WNBA All-Star Game wasn't about layups and logos. It turned into a contract protest. The players are demanding more money. Mm-hmm. They're demanding more revenue sharing, and they're not being quiet about it at all. Now, I respect the grind, but folks, the league is still losing money. You want to talk about raises when you're operating in the red? Come on. Give me a freaking break. This is a business, not a charity. They're pushing NBA level pay without NBA level profits. That's not how this works. The WNBA brought in about $180 to $200 million last year, but still operated on a $40 million loss, and they're not self-sustaining. The NBA still floats the league between $10 and $15 million a year. But for these players to wear their shirts, say, pay us more, or whatever it was, I didn't watch it. This is what came out of it this morning.
When you were doing Pilates.
Yeah, I was doing Pilates, yeah. And I'm like, geez, what the hell? I mean, and I have a lot of support against this, but for you, Jimmy, I mean, this league I get is, I mean, buzz. I get the buzz. They're doing what they can.
Okay, yeah.
But if you don't have Caitlin Clark, you take her off the floor. The attendance drops in half.
Yes.
15,000 to 8,000. That's not a league trend. That's a superstar spike. If we can raise, if we raise the pay across the board, you risk sinking half these teams before 2026 even hits. And that's when they're getting a new media deal where they will have some money. So why wait? Why not wait, I should say? Why not wait until this new media deal kicks in, which is like $200 million a year that's coming in? Then let's talk. But right now, this is a joke how embarrassing they are.
All right. I will agree with the aspect that I believe they should have waited for the new TV deal. However, I get where they are coming from because of what your friends, when you were doing Pilates, with them this morning.
I didn't tell you what they said.
And they have daughters who like the WNBA. That is the influence right now because young girls are into it. And why are they into it? Because of Caitlin Clark. Rock, you are correct. She is the cash cow. And when she doesn't play, they go from buildings that are now 20,000 seats to buildings that are 6,000 seats. So the only real person that people identify with who don't pay any attention to the WNBA, a person like yourself, is Caitlin Clark. She is the selling point. They overstepped their bounds. Do I believe they should make more money? Yes. I believe that they should make some increase in salary because it's not a lot for the grind that they go through. However, I do agree with you from the standpoint that they missed it big time here by trying to use the All-Star game as a subtle protest. And people say, well, it wasn't so subtle. They were wearing those shirts during warm-ups. It was clearly a protest. Now, they didn't wear them during the course of the game, so that was a plus. But they did try to take a stand. Look, I'm all for taking a stand. I am a capitalist. I am for free enterprise. And this is exactly what this is. But you're picking the wrong time. You need to wait for that television deal to be consummated. And now you have a bargaining chip. Because there's been so much interest now in the WNBA and women's basketball, you now have a bargaining chip. Currently, you have no bargaining chip, and the reason you don't have a bargaining chip is because Caitlin Clark is hurt again. And one of the reasons that she may be hurt again is the crappy refereeing that takes place where she gets mugged 4 or 5 times going to the basket, and there's no foul called. So it is on the league, at least the way that I view it right now. However, I do agree from the standpoint that they should make some more money.
All right, so you look at it, Caitlin Clark makes what, $70,000 a year?
Correct.
Okay. She makes another, what?
$5 to $10 million.
$10 million a year on endorsements?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, if she didn't have that job making her $70,000 a year, would she be making the $10 million?
No.
Okay, done. So shut the hell up. She should not be barking that she should be getting more money. Yes, she's making plenty of money because of the WNBA's paying her $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than you having a side gig, a side hustle, and you're making money because you are a broadcaster. You just went to Carolina to get paid to do some emceeing. Why did you get that job? Why did you get that extra money? Because of what you do on a daily basis.
Correct.
So I get frustrated with that. I think the product is bad. We don't talk about somebody hitting 4 3-point shots or a big-time layup, or I know there's not a lot of dunks, but we don't see any of that.
Yeah.
What do we hear about? We hear about the officiating.
Yep.
We hear about a player hitting another player.
Yep.
We hear about all the off-the-court stuff. That's why people are watching this sport, because we love train wrecks, and this is one. I don't know if this league, even with $200 million more next year because of the TV rights, is ever going to move the needle. I believe in these women. I believe in the fact that they are role models. I love all of that. I truly do. I believe in the growth, but I do not believe in. It's just a delusion right now. Let's get the books right first.
They picked the wrong time to do this. Is what they did. They picked. Look, I'm all for.
We're talking about it today. If they didn't do that, they wouldn't have got 1 second of airtime on us today.
I'm with you. Yeah, but they picked the wrong time to make that stand. Look,
however, there's a big part of people out there, Manuch, Jimmy, that definitely thinks they should have done it the way they did, and they should have went even farther with it.
No, that would be terrible, because now you're going to turn the casual fan off. And with Caitlin Clark not playing, they have a game coming up, the Indiana Fever. They're going to be playing in New York, the defending champions, and showing off Sabrina Ionescu. And the game is going, because Clark is not going to play. She's out with a groin injury again. So the matchup that everybody was hoping to see on national television is not going to take place, which means you're going to get about half of the TV audience. When Clark plays, 2 million people watch. When she doesn't play, it's like half or less than 1 million people are watching. And here's the other issue right now with the WNBA. She is the premier star in the league as far as getting the television viewer to at least sample the game. I can tell you right now, you walk outside anywhere in the country and you ask them, do you know a player on the Phoenix Mercury? The what?
Nope. Only reason you
No,
may know Brittany Griner because of what happened.
Could maybe, but now she plays in Atlanta.
Okay, I didn't know where she played.
Yeah,
but okay.
Yeah, but here's the point I'm making is that all of this has taken place when Clark joined, because she brought that college basketball audience with her, and they have to capitalize on her in a way where she will upgrade the league. She already has upgraded the league. They don't fly commercial anymore. Yeah. They fly private planes. They get better food. The television ratings are up. The money will come when you realize how to present yourself in a much better way than how you did it at the All-Star game.
You know, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, they're bringing eyeballs.
Yeah.
But the TV deals, the ad money, they don't flip overnight. One hot season does not guarantee long-term financial stability.
Agree.
And they are rushing player compensation too fast. You look at some of these other leagues, the AAF, the XFL, the USFL, the WUSA, all of these other leagues started paying their players too much, and the leagues could not stay alive. And I believe that if they're going to come out and start protesting, you know, the commissioner of the league is going to have is going to continue to have some issues here, because until that $200 million come in, which is a lot, they still got to sell a lot more sponsorships, and still got to get people in seats when Caitlin Clark's not playing, and maybe improve the product a little bit better too. Then maybe we can talk about some financial stability 3-4 years ago. But you know, the argument, there's no right or wrong answer or side you can take in this. I mean, like I said, I had an argument with a couple of guys today, you know, and I just said, I think the product's bad, and they think the product's great. And they're like, well, we got to start somewhere. And then they give me the argument, well, Michael Jordan, you know, made the NBA. I'm like, no, he didn't.
What? No, he didn't.
I know. Exactly. And one player is not going to make a league.
Correct.
And I think a lot of people are putting all their eggs in one basket into Caitlin Clark. And if that is the case, they need to protect her. The league does, like they did with Gretzky and some other superstars.
She needs a Marty McSorley is what she needs.
Absolutely, they do. And I don't know. I just think that this topic will continue to
it'll fester.
Ups and downs.
Fester. It's going to fester.
It will fester. It totally will fester.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it's something that a lot of people want to talk about. But at the end of the day, the WNBA loses so much money. And if you are an owner, why would you give your employees more money when you are losing money? Talk to them. Get them on the same page. I mean, now, the revenue share for the WNBA is a joke. It's 9%. All right, they can fix that. When you look at other leagues, it's much higher, close to 50%.
Yes.
So there are some things that this league could do, but you know, if Caitlin Clark if she didn't even come along last year, would the league still be, I mean, would they be losing $70, $80 million a year, $100 million a year?
They could, Rock, because the interest was not there other than your hardcore fans.
20 years they've been around.
In each respective city.
All right, Texas is officially the most valuable program in college football. It's worth a jaw-dropping $2.38 billion. The Athletic dropped the full rankings, and some of the usual blue bloods made the cut. But first, Geno Suarez, he launches 4 bombs. Corbin Carroll continues the triples, and Scotty Scheffler wins again. Our G2G Bars Game Changers of the Weekend is next.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky six-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Craving a mouth-watering lunch that won't drain your wallet? Rush to Venezia's Pizzeria for daily specials starting at just $8.48. Sink your teeth into 2 giant loaded specialty pizza slices or a massive New York-style slice with a crisp, fresh salad, both with a drink and under $10. Dine in, grab it to go, or hit Venezias.com. Forget bland fast food. Indulge in bold flavors at Venezia's. 7 Valley locations where family tradition delivers irresistible value. Venezias.com.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roach is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Roach is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Time for the G2G Protein Bar Play or Team of the Weekend. Did your favorite player make an incredible play or your team had a big upset? They probably know all about G2G Protein Bars, a refrigerated protein bar with unmatched taste, grab and go goodness. G2G Protein Bars are now available at Costco.
All right, myself, Jimmy, and Connor, CC, we got our G2G Protein Bar Game Changers. By the way, I was in Costco again this weekend.
Yeah.
And G2G bars are still on sale. So just thought I'd let you know.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Fire it off for me, CC.
As the 1-0 swung on that is hammered out to deep left field. And Suarez gets number 32. A moonshot to the back of the bleachers. And the Diamondbacks open up a 3-0 lead in the first. Suarez sends a high, deep drive out to right field. This is going back. It's on its way. There it goes. A double dip for Suarez. His second home run of the ball game. His 33rd of the season. It's a 6-0 Diamondback lead. As the 1-2, there's a swing and a drive. Way back to left. Suarez does it once again. He is inevitable in this Diamondback lineup. And Suarez goes after this pitch. It's another bomb to left, and it's on its way, and it's gone! A wall scraper into the bullpen, and Suarez's magical second half continues. Man on fire, it's 5-1.
98.7 Arizona Sports with the calls there, as he was on fire this weekend against the Cards. 5 for 10, 4 dingers, 7 RBIs, 5 runs scored. He now leads the National League in both home runs with 35, RBIs with 85. He is, of course, my G2G protein bar game changer of the week.
All right, that was pretty good. I think mine's better.
No,
because I think my guy is more exciting than
4 homers
Suarez.
in a weekend?
Well, he's just jogging around the bases. I mean, the ball's out of the park.
Does he win ball games with home runs?
Does the guy who is going to be my G2G game changer ignite the crowd into a standing frenzy? Yes, he does.
The 1-2 now. Swung on, line drive. That's into right center. That's going to split the gap, and watch Corbin run. Flies past first, barely touches second, on his way to third, and he's in there with a leadoff triple. This is 2-1. Breaking ball, that's on a line, deep to right field, towards the corner. Oh, it hits off the netting, and it pinballs away from Walker. This might be Carroll's second triple. He's on his way to third. Alexander scores, and it's 7-0 Diamondbacks on a 2-triple day by Carroll. With a high fly ball down the right field line. This is falling fast, and that is going to be a fair ball. It lands past Walker. 2 triples yesterday. Here he is for third, and a triple to start his Sunday. What a player Corbin Carroll continues to be.
What a player Corbin Carroll continues to be. The crowd in a frenzy as he rounds second base and heads to third. He's got like 622 triples this season.
I think he has 13.
I was close. So it is unbelievable to watch him motor around the bases. The dude is fast. And you don't get it's the hardest hit in baseball.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What? Are you going to call a home run harder?
I am when it's inside the park.
Well, okay.
Well,
all right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll retract that.
Thank you. Seriously,
okay.
Manuch, we know you're listening.
Yeah.
Right there. That's all you have to do is retract.
I just did.
No, you did. I know. I'm just saying because Manuch is listening. He's laying in bed. He's got
his
a root
mouth
canal.
is
Yeah, and he's listening. Did he really call in and do prep for you today, CC, even though he was off the air?
Yes, me and Manuch, we always get our daily lineup.
He's not even here today.
Yeah.
Why would he waste? Don't take his call next time.
Hang up
on
him.
I wasn't sure if he was going to ask me for like ice cream suggestions or something for the root canals. I don't know, maybe get like some yogurt.
No, time out. If you had a root canal, you do not want stuff that's cold. Have you ever had a root canal?
I have.
And you want ice cream?
I don't know. I would think so.
No. Oh, my God. It hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Manuch's going to take my suggestion.
I've never had one of those. I hope I never have to have one.
They suck.
Ooh.
All right, CC, what do you got?
Yeah, I went with Scotty Scheffler. Obviously not a surprise here. This is a guy who goes out and just before competing in the champion of the Open, he says, yeah, I don't really care about winning. It's just another thing for me. And then he goes on and absolutely dominates over the weekend. Here's a little clip of what Scotty was talking about and then the winning putt.
You win it, celebrate, hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? Life goes on. It's like, why do I want to win this golf tournament so badly? I don't know, because if I win, it's going to be awesome for about 2 minutes.
Scotty Scheffler is now joined the company of golf's greats. He is the champion of the Open at Royal Port Rush 2025.
So for a guy who doesn't really seem to care about winning, he's pretty dang good at it. Scotty Scheffler gets my G2G game changer of the weekend.
All right, Rock, let me fire this one at you then, because we all know how the Twitterverse is, and people are so quick to forget about the past, and they are now saying that he is Tiger, that he has overtaken Tiger Woods.
Can we have I don't know if you looked at the lineup.
Yeah.
We have a whole segment we are going to talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
In literally like 30 minutes. Can you hold off a little bit on that? Can you just follow what we do here every day and not advance the story yet? Because you can make a little comment that, hey, Scotty is not Tiger Woods, and then let's talk about it at 3:00.
I'll do that.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
You sure? I don't want to. I don't want to.
No, I was on a roll, but
you really
stopped
weren't.
me. Yeah,
because if you would have went down that road, you would have had nothing to talk about at 3:00. All right. As we got to take care of our partners at G2G. Again, if you have not tried them, you have to. They're great. They're refrigerated, and they're great for a workout, great for lunch, great at the golf course. So if you're looking for a great way for some solid protein, some healthy fats in your diet, check them out in the refrigerated section at Costco, or just head to G2GBar.com. Get one today, G2GBar.com. Quickly, I want to just dive into The Athletic, a new report from them, put some hard numbers on a hypothetical open market value of college football programs.
Okay.
And Texas came out on top. So Texas came out as the most valuable at $2.38 billion. They were the only school, or they are the only school, to top $200 million in annual revenue. They outpace all the others by at least $25 million each of the last 2 years. They've had back-to-back college football playoff appearances. They have a strong brand. Of course, they're now in the SEC. They top-tier investment. They're compared to the sale of the 2018 NFL Carolina Panthers.
Wow. So
here's their top list, the top 10 list, I should say. This is from The Athletic. Texas came in at number 1 at 2.38, as I mentioned. Georgia, 1.92. Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan. Alabama comes in at number 6. Oklahoma, 7. USC, 8. 9 is Tennessee. And number 10 is LSU. When you look at the bottom of the list, and I don't have the full list in front of me, so I can't tell you where Arizona State comes in, which I need to find that, and I will pass that along. But Houston was ranked last among Power 4 programs at $91 million.
Unbelievable, the amount of money in college football. By the way, the SEC, the fan base hates Texas. Can't stand them. Wish they weren't even in the SEC.
Because they don't like a challenge.
No, they don't. No.
Because they know Texas can knock them off.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, let's coming up next, we'll catch up with ABC Channel 15's sports director Craig Fouhy for Jimmy B's Fact or Fouhy. By the way, we are streaming now, or back on streaming on YouTube or on our website at Roc and Manuch. We will get into that next, but first, here's Connor with another Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns wrapped up their summer league campaign with a dominant 111-87 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, finishing 2-3 in Las Vegas. Boogie Ellis led the way with 19 points, while Ryan Dunn added 16 and 6 assists in the victory. On the baseball side, the Arizona Diamondbacks completed a 3-game sweep of the Cardinals over the weekend, where Gino Suarez crushed 4 home runs in the final 2 games, and Corbin Carroll tripled 3 times in the series. Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt both turned in strong starts, helping Arizona outscore St. Louis 22-7 across the series. The D-backs now shift their focus to Houston Astros tonight at 6:40 p.m. with Zach Gallen on the mound, set to face Houston lefty Colton Gordon. Listen to the game at 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports. Summer is the season of splurging. Don't compromise. Come into Twin Peaks all week long and save big on some of your favorite food and beverage menus. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views.
North Scottsdale, your new neighborhood dive is almost here, and you can be part of it from day one. Join the OD Mug Club at Orangedale Lounge before we open and lock in the early bird deal. Just $200 gets your own mug behind the bar. Exclusive drink deals, member-only events, and first dibs on merch. Spots are limited. Once they're gone, they're gone. Sign up now at orangedalelounge.com and follow at OD Scottsdale. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Ready to hit Lake Pleasant the right way? West Side Recreation has your perfect day on the water. From Bluetooth speakers and tow bars to floating mats, tubes, full shade, and all the safety gear. Use code ESPN and get 15% off your rental right now. Whether you want to relax or ride wild, just bring the sunscreen. We've got the rest. Book today at westsideaz.com. West Side Recreation. We rent fun.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
The Arizona heat is brutal, but your golf game doesn't have to suffer. Swing Shift Golf Club is your air-conditioned escape, open 24/7 with top-tier simulators and zero sunscreen required. And let's be honest, no other indoor golf spot even comes close. Swing Shift is absolutely stunning. It's modern, spotless, and designed to impress. Leagues ahead of the competition. Memberships start at just $129 a month. Cool off, tee off. Only at Swing Shift Golf in Scottsdale. Join now at theswingshift.golf.
At Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, the new Ping I-240 irons have arrived. The tour-inspired I-240 irons are designed from the look of a player's model iron, but offers golfers high launch, forgiveness, and consistency. To reserve a custom fitting, visit us in store or book online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
It's time for Fact or Fouhy with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Fouhy. Fouhy joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Fouhy.
Not today. Manuch did not write the questions. Jimmy B wrote the questions, but you wouldn't know it. You would think Manuch is still here today. He's not physically here, but he's still texting our guests, reminding them what time to come on, calling our producer, making sure the lineup is ready to go, even though he just adds 4 names or 3 names and doesn't do anything else. So anyway, Fouhy, welcome to the program without Manuch.
Rock, he's been texting me all day. I mean, I've been getting texted. He literally texted me 3 times in the last 10 minutes. I'm thinking, and then Connor gets on, he goes, oh, he's not in. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean he's not in?
I mean, he had a root canal. I mean, the drugs are maybe kicking in. He's
Wow.
like a little, whoa, did I text Fouhy? I'm like, well, you're not on today. So anyway, so, just be nice because these aren't my questions. They're not Manuch's questions. This is like maybe the second time Jimmy's ever done it. We don't even know how he knows how to type. So seriously, yeah, we don't let him touch the
They're
lineup.
handwritten.
Yeah, you know how you remember your days doing some radio.
Oh, yeah.
And, you don't the only way to touch your lineup, so to speak.
That's right.
Your game sheet. All right, so here's question number 1 with ABC 15's Craig Fouhy. D-backs are now 500. That now makes them a playoff wild card contender. Yeah, Factor Fouhy. Very similar Manuch type questions, right? You would agree.
That is
the first one
very,
is.
Listen, we've been talking about this all weekend here at ABC 15. You look at they're 50-50 right now. They've won 4 straight, which is awesome, right? But the slew of injuries the Diamondbacks have had, it's amazing what they've been able to do. They're plus 20 in run differential right now, 6-4 in their last 10. But look, they've got a huge hill to climb. Can they surpass the St. Louis Cardinals? Probably. The Cardinals aren't playing great right now. Can they get past the Reds? Maybe. Reds are 52-48. The Giants, yeah, I think they might be able to get. But are they getting by the Padres for that 3rd spot or the Mets or the Brewers? No. So, I think that they're going to be sellers in about 10 days. I don't think that they can surpass those teams. They can get up there, but I think they're still going to be a game or 2 short when it gets up to the top 3 in the wild card.
Question number 2. So I gave you a softball early.
That was.
Okay, here comes the hardball. When Corbin Carroll's hitting triples, he's the most electric player in Major League Baseball. Fact or Fouhy?
Wait. What? I just want to make sure before he answers this.
Okay.
Because you're tricking him. you said he's the most electric player. So
Yes.
he would be number one.
Yes.
Out of everybody else
Out
that's
of
in Major League
everybody else,
Baseball.
if he's hitting triples, the most electric player
Not
in Major
like
League
J-Lo
Baseball.
Cruz or Otani or
No,
okay,
him.
all right,
Yeah,
or Judge.
fact or Fouhy.
Okay, all right, Fouhy.
Okay, I'm gonna say fact. All right. No. Listen to this now. In MLB history, only one player has had over the course of his entire career, same season or not, a season with 4 multi-homer games, a season with 3 multi-triple games. The only player to do it is Corbin Carroll, and he's done both in the same year before the end of July.
Okay, all right.
Who else?
All right, I'll go
Nobody
with fact.
else.
I'll go with
Nobody
fact.
else in
All
their
right.
entire career has done this. 4 multi-homer games and 3 multi-triple games, and only one guy in the history of Major League Baseball is Corbin Carroll did it in the same year before the end of July.
You
Is
don't
that crazy?
You don't get that on any other television
No,
station
you
in the
don't.
market.
No.
Only ABC
See?
15.
Yeah, only Fouhy.
I'm telling you.
All right.
telling you.
Question 3. Even with the recent D-back success, they will be sellers at the trade deadline. Fact or Fouhy?
Fact. I just mentioned that in question 1. Listen, you look at where ESPN is, and they came out today with their top trades. Did you see that? The top candidates for the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1 is Eugenio Suarez.
Yes.
Gino Suarez is number 1. 90% chance of getting traded. Zach Gallen is 12. Merrill Kelly's 13. Josh Naylor's 14. It's like, and I know I listened to what Mike Hazen said yesterday on MLB radio, and he said he even admitted we're in a really precarious position right now because of where we're at. 50 and 50, 62 games to go. They'd have to go something like 44 and what's that leave? 18 or something crazy, 20 to 20. Yeah. So, it's tough for them to get there and make it into the playoffs, especially with the starting pitching that's struggling and the bullpen, and the hitting's been pretty good lately. But you've got Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Josh Naylor, and Gino Suarez all on expiring contracts, free agents at the end of the year.
That's going to be an expensive off season if they keep all those guys, Fouhy.
No, they won't.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, here we go to the NBA Summer League.
Ooh, huge.
The 3 rookies drafted by the Suns will all be contributors in the upcoming season. Fact or Fouhy?
3?
3.
Yeah, fact. Listen, here's why. Because there's nobody left on the roster.
Okay.
They're all going to have to contribute. You've got a new coach in Jordan Knott. You got Devin Booker. They signed to that unbelievable extension coming up in 3 more years when he kicks into what is it? 172 million or something like 72 million a year.
Yeah.
72 million a year, 72.5 million. There's 82 games in a season, by the way. His extension gives him 72.5 a year. So that's almost $1 million a game to play. Wow. That is unbelievable. But yeah, they've got a lot of young guys, and they're going to expect a lot out of the young guys. So I think all those young guys are going to have a chance to contribute, and we're going to see a lot of that mix and match in the early season. Jordan Knott's in here for a reason. His background was in player development. So I think that's what they're going to look forward to. And Matt Ishbia had those comments over the weekend too, on his NBA Sirius XM radio broadcast, where he talked about it may take us a year, may take us 3, 5, maybe 10, but fans are going to appreciate the style we play with and how we build this thing.
All right, last one. Question number 5 for Factor Fouhy with ABC 15 sports director Craig Fouhy. Manuch had dental work today, which is why he is not on the show. So today's show is much better than most days. Fact or Fouhy?
Hold on, I'm looking for the cowbell. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, hooray, hooray. What a show. Man, this is awesome. This is great. Woo-hoo.
That's funny.
Party streamers just were exploded here in the sports office.
So
we got things going.
So just so we can get this on tape, Fact or Fouhy?
Fact.
Yeah, all right, good.
I'm going to fact. And Rock, I've got a fact of Rock here for you.
Okay, yeah.
For Rock. When is Orangeview opening? What's going on?
Wednesday. Yes. So
wow.
we'll soft open. We got some going tomorrow, but just kind of a small thing for a couple hours. But then Wednesday, 10 a.m. And then we are it'll be crazy. So we're pretty excited about it.
Is this food and drink or what?
No, we are we are a dive bar.
drink.
No food. We have free popcorn. We have pizzas and stuff like that, and POS.
Yep, the frozen pizza thing. Yeah.
Yeah, late night stuff, chips, and all that. So you can bring your own. If you want to bring your own, go ahead. But no, this is strictly. If you remember a bar called Baloney's in Old Town, it's got a similar feel. Where there are a lot of dive bars that do have food, but nobody eats food there. So it's like, why do food when no one's going to order it anyway? And you have all that overhead and all that other stuff. So we're pretty excited. Orange-Dale was the name. A lot of people don't know this, but Orange-Dale was the name of Scottsdale before Scottsdale. And I'm pumped. It's like, it's probably you as a kid wanting to be a football coach. You get to that level, you be a football coach. Owning a bar is pretty cool too. So
yeah, that's awesome. And where is it? Where is it located?
You know where the Ice Den is? It's just east of the Ice Den, Thompson Peak and Bell Road, just east.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's literally it's a half a mile from the Notre Dame Saints football field.
Oh,
half a mile.
I know where that is.
So
okay.
So
cool.
So you and Kimmy, I hope you'll come out one of these days. Let me know before, so I'm there. But we take cash or cards. So whatever you have, Fouhy, will be okay.
Cool.
He just wants to take your money, Fouhy. You know that.
What I'm looking for is a personalized mug or something, right?
We got a mug club. Got a mug club. I have my mug club. So there's 100 mugs. So you buy a membership for a mug, and then we have it engraved, your number on that mug, and then we encourage people to decorate their mugs. So mine is it's got Philadelphia Eagles, it's got Ohio U, it's got Buckeyes, it's got ESPN 620, all that fun stuff. Just pretend I'm a college kid again. So
you may want to have that ESPN 620. You want to have it easy removable or something.
No, that's
radio station.
Good shot, Fouhy. Great shot.
No, that is it's a fair shot. We just hey, I will tell you though, Fouhy. I mean, Manuch and I are literally only 15 feet from the other station, so we are getting closer to hitting every single station in the market.
I know.
We only need to go 15 more feet, and if we can just fill in a 98.7 one day, then we've hit them all.
That's it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, Fouhy, how were the questions today?
And the name of the bar is
Orange-Dale Lounge. ODs.
Orange-Dale. Okay.
Orange-Dale Lounge. Yes. So
beautiful.
Thanks for the plug.
I like it.
Appreciate it.
I was just. My wife asked me. She goes, "When's Roc's bar open?" I'm going to ask him on the radio show.
Well, I have a couple partners. So it's not Roc's. It's not Roc's bar. It's I got a couple partners, so I want to make sure that's clear.
I understand. But you know what? The wife knows you, right?
Yeah.
She's like, my wife is like, okay, Roc is our guy.
Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, buddy. Don't work too hard. That's
All right,
Craig
guys.
Fouhy.
Thanks, guys. Great question.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
ABC 15. Craig Fouhy. All right. What NFL team holds the crown for the most Hall of Famers? All right. We'll give you that one next. Plus the Eagles. Speaking of the Eagles, they got the rings. And wait till you hear how packed they are with diamonds and emeralds and even a hidden Philly special. We'll get into that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on ESPN 620.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Roc, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our Three Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
All right, folks, here we go. 3rd and long, and your old underwear just got blitzed again. Sweaty, bunched up, riding high. That's a wardrobe malfunction, and you cannot coach through that. But hold everything. Chill Boys enters the game. Cool, breathable bamboo boxers, smooth as a perfectly executed 2-minute drill. I slipped on a pair and bam, total comfort in the pocket, even in the Arizona heat. I've called a lot of clutch performances in my day, and I'm calling it right now. Chill Boys is the MVP of underwear. We've all made the switch here at ESPN 620, and trust me, you should too. Head to chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com. Folks, this is a game changer. You cannot afford to fumble.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
All right, random fact of the day. Chicago Bears hold the record for the most players inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 30.
Wow.
Yes, 30. I mean, George Halas, Walter Payton, Mike Ditka, Brian Urlacher. Yeah, most of the monsters of the Midway, of course. Only one Super Bowl, though.
That's
one
correct.
Super Bowl
85
win.
Bears, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you always try to prove like you know the answers?
Well, I was just helping you out.
You really don't need to, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Why,
I
did
mean,
you know that?
What was the other Super Bowl that they lost?
They lost to the Philadelphia. No. They lost to Peyton Manning.
No, yes. You know
when
the year.
When they had, boy, now you're putting pressure
All
on
right,
me.
2006. What was interesting in that game is Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Oh, you're right. I remember that.
Yes.
And it was raining.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why do you old people always got to throw out the weather?
I just thought I would bring that caveat into the conversation.
All right, football at 50. The Arizona Cardinals announced they have signed defensive lineman Keon Bears. He is a 6'1", 301 pounds. Most recently played for the Arlington Renegades of the UFL and appeared in 10 games. He had 24 tackles, a sack. He entered the NFL last year with Seattle as an undrafted rookie free agent. If you may recall, he played a couple years with Arizona and then USC. In college, he had 51 games, 24 starts, 5 sacks, and 120 tackles. As of today, if he makes the team, he's wearing number 65.
Okay.
So there you have it. The Philadelphia Eagles presented their Super Bowl rings last week. They capped off their title run, of course, with the greatest championship ring in NFL history. Jason of Beverly Hills. The ring was loaded. 387 diamonds.
Woo.
How about that? 50 emeralds.
I don't think my finger could carry that.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on President Trump pressuring the Commanders to change their name back to the Redskins and say he may block the stadium deal if they don't do it?
Jeez, get out.
He says, quote, if they don't change the name back, I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in his backyard in Washington. So the Commanders are pushing for $3.7 billion on the old RFK Stadium site and now under D.C. control. But the D.C. Council kind of shrugged and said, I know what the restriction would be. So Trump's just being Trump. I just love how it just pisses you lefters crazy.
I'm not really a lefter. I'm more of a centrist. I'm more of a centrist.
You are so far left.
No, I am not.
But it's funny how some people on the left
just get their butt hurt so bad
I'm
when
not
he tosses.
I just thought it was a joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is a joke. It's on purpose. It's a joke.
That's
but people on the left just flip out on it.
It's my son. It's a joke.
It gets the left so pissed off.
Well, don't put me in that category. I'm more of a centrist.
Come on, Jimmy.
I am.
Now you are more of a centralist now because I think I've kind of taught you some things. I've said some things that since we've been working together that's kind of got you to come over more to the right. So I'm glad. Manuch, same thing. I'm working on him too. He was on the right and then he went way far left. And now he's starting to come back.
Yeah, that's why.
Just get in the middle. I'm happy with everybody in the middle.
In the middle? I'm closer to the middle than you think.
I don't know, man.
I am.
You're a tree hugger from the northwestern part of the country.
Seattle, we don't hug trees. That's Oregon.
So I think it's that different. On a serious note, Richard Tillman, the 47-year-old brother of the legend Pat Tillman, was reportedly taken into custody after crashing a vehicle into a San Jose post office early Sunday morning. The crash occurred around 3 a.m., caused a fire in the lobby, and NBC Bay Area TV reported the suspect was identified as the brother, and it got streamed on social media, so a lot of people saw it. No one was hurt. The fire crews were able to extinguish the blaze, but he was booked, and he was held without bail, and he has a court date on the 23rd. So what's going on in your world, CC? What's going on at the post offices there in San Jose? That's your neck of the woods.
Yeah, no, Pat Tillman has a really good name for herself, but apparently his brother's not doing too well. Yeah. No, this is just one of those, I think, clearly guys got a couple issues here, and don't get behind the wheel when you got issues.
Nope. Speaking of, you said it was streamed. You said it was streamed or somebody just ran it.
It was on social.
It was on social. Did you see what took place at the Coldplay concert?
We don't need to get into that.
Okay.
It's old news. That happened last week. It's so old news.
Right, I just found
I think it's funny. I think it's funny how some of the sports teams are all talking it. Like
Yes,
the Philly
they are.
Fanatic was the first.
Yes.
And then everybody else is doing
I
it.
saw about 40 Coldplay cams over the week.
Exactly.
I did too.
And then I heard on Saturday night in Wisconsin, lead singer Coldplay made sure he told everybody the kiss cam was starting.
Yeah.
So he was able to give everybody a heads up. I feel bad for the CEO and the other gal. I really do.
Well,
I mean,
they lost their jobs.
Okay, I feel
obviously.
bad. Lost their jobs.
I feel bad for that.
The fact that social just kind of destroyed them.
Destroyed them. Yep.
You know what they did, I don't support, but still, I mean, they shouldn't have to get destroyed like that.
Well, welcome to social media.
Yeah,
you know?
that's that new era. I don't know if you heard much about the show Love Island. It's the big trend on Netflix this past summer.
I have no clue what it is.
It's for a lot of the younger generation. They're watching this Love Island show. Well, a bunch of the contestants who were on the show had gotten taken off throughout the summer, and this is like a live show, so it's going all summer long. And it's just these social media FBI investigators who are pulling up posts from 2014, 2016, bringing it to light. So all these random people who are competing on a show just get woken up in the middle of the night. Producers are saying, yeah, hey, you got to come with me. You're out of here.
It's gotten so bad.
I don't have Netflix, so I don't see any of that.
There's some good stuff. Netflix is
those social media trolls, man. They'll affect your life. It doesn't matter where you are.
That's why I don't do any of that.
All right, so NFL training camps are kicking off. Of course, tomorrow it'll be Arizona and amongst a lot of other teams. The Chargers were the first team. They opened up last week on the 16th. They will follow with the Hall of Fame game on July 31st against the Detroit Lions. So get ready for some football as it's coming up a week from this Thursday.
Are you? No, you won't be. If Manuch was here, he'd be like squirming in his chair because training camp starts tomorrow. You're not like that.
No, I am. I don't care about training camp,
right.
But I look forward to for a couple reasons. Now I have a vested interest. Football helps bring business in
at the local establishment.
Even July 31st on a Thursday, it doesn't matter who the two teams are.
it could be, doesn't matter.
Right,
and it's going to be a reason to go watch football.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you want to see that?
So can we officially now refer to the Orangedale Lounge as a refreshment stand?
Tomorrow, actually Wednesday, I'll let you do that.
Okay. Wednesday, it becomes a refreshment stand.
Yes. A lot of refreshments. So yes, that'll be good. So Micah Parsons reported to camp, even despite the fact that it's not clear whether he will take part in anything as their workouts start tomorrow. He is trying to get that long-term extension. All right, Mr. Cowboy fan.
Yeah, go boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I want to shine some light on this, it does you no favors when your owner is Jerry Jones. I'm not sure if you guys heard the comments from this morning's press conference. Jerry decides to take a shot at the star quarterback and the edge rusher. So he says, hey, I just made Dak Prescott the richest paid player in NFL history, and he missed 2/3 of the season. Why, if I'm going to extend Micah when he missed 6 games? Fact check, Micah only missed 4. Jerry, stop biting yourself in the butt, man.
He does all the time, though. That's it. That's Jerry.
America's team.
Yeah, not anymore.
I tend to disagree. They still are, if you like him or not.
If you look at the ticket ratings, they're still America's team.
Yeah. Exactly. If you look at ratings and when they're on television,
I know
they are the real deal. I know. I think you need to consider maybe Netflix, Jimmy.
You think so?
You would probably help with the show.
Yeah.
Because there's things that we'll be talking about
on Netflix.
That are on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Can I come over to your house and watch?
No, you'll never be invited. Manuch in 30 years has only been over once because I had back surgery. Yeah. But on ESPN though, the
I have that.
The Kingdom will be coming on August 14th.
Okay.
It's a 6-episode, The Kingdom by State Farm, and it's all about the Kansas City Chiefs, their storied history, their remarkable journey that led to a loss in the last Super Bowl. So that will premiere on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus on August 14th.
I get Disney. Does that help? Yeah.
Well, it helps if you want to watch that. Yeah. It's not going to get you over my house.
I get Amazon.
Yeah, well, that's good too.
Okay.
Hey, Football 50 is brought to you by Westside Recreation. Ready to hit the lake at Lake Pleasant the right way? I mean, they have rentals, the Bluetooth speakers, the tow bars, the floating mats, the tubes, the full shade, all the safety gear. If you use the code ESPN, you get 15% off your rental right now. Book it today at westsideaz.com. That's Westside Recreation, where they rent fun. All right, Scheffler wins the Open, his 4th major, and the Tiger talk is heating up. Same dominance, same consistency, but is he the next Woods? We're going to be breaking it down. Tiger versus Scotty. That's coming up next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. All right here on ESPN 620 and 98.7 FM HD-2.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're hiring,
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona. Proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Scotty Scheffler. He's now joined the company of golf's greats. He is the champion of the Open at Royal Portrush.
All right, he dominates the Open. The Tiger comparisons heat up. What a 2025 season. He wins the Open Championship at Royal Portrush by 4 strokes, his second major of the year, 4th career major overall at just 29 years old. He has 2 Masters. He's got a PGA Championship, which he won in Quail Hollow this year, and the Open Championship, and 3 of the 4 legs of the career of the career Grand Slam. So just the U.S. Open he needs. So he's got $90.9 million in career earnings. Wow. He now ranks 4th all time, trailing Tiger, Rory, and Phil Mickelson. Analysts say he's playing the most dominant stretch since Tiger Woods' prime. Mm-hmm. And that's Brandel Chambly who said that. But the big question is, can Scheffler match Tiger's off-course impact and bring that same fan frenzy and the ratings? So far, the ratings during his major wins have been good, but not great. But he's one of those just laid-back guys, family guy. You get to see his kids grow up because every tournament you see the kids come running out and you're like, wow, they're getting big. And I think it's so hard. And I understand we all want somebody to compete against Tiger Woods. But you look at the numbers, Scheffler's got 17 wins. Tiger has 82, 15 majors to 4. I do think the comparison that was brought up yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool, when he won his first major, that being Scotty, he got his 4th in 1,197 days later. That was the exact same number as the span as Tiger Woods from his first major to his 4th.
It's incredible.
When you look at peak performance, when you look at these guys, strokes gained, tee to green, 2.614, second only to Woods when he was at his peak in 2006 at 2.98. So the win rate, Tiger would win about 22%. Scheffler is right now at 19.5%. So I understand why there's some comparisons because we so want somebody to compete. Same thing with Michael Jordan. And, there's players like that but I think Scotty, he has the ability to win, 80 plus tournaments if he continues to play. I have a feeling he's going to be one of those guys that will play another 10 years. And then he seems like he's such a family man that he'll probably just play when he needs to.
His kids get older, and he doesn't want to be away. He wants to watch his kids grow up. I get that. I think everybody understands that. The difference between the two, and you referenced it briefly, Rock, when you said television ratings are okay. Yeah, they're not fantastic, but they're okay. He's not a television draw. In other words, the casual fan is not turning on to watch the Open Golf Championship to see Scotty Scheffler because they really don't know that much about him. Tiger Woods was a freaking lightning rod for golf. You either loved him or you hated him. And if you hated him, you watched no matter what because you wanted to see him lose so you could hate him even more and say, see, he's not the greatest there ever played the game. Look at that. He lost by a shot. So I get the comparison, the early comparison with what he is doing right now. But as far as taking golf to another level, no, that's not in the cards for Scotty Scheffler. Now, I'll say this. That's not a bad thing. You just said that he's a family guy. His interests are his friends and family. And he's not a guy that does a lot of endorsements, if he does any. I don't think I've ever seen him in a television commercial where Tiger was everywhere and you couldn't get enough of him. So that comparison is unfair from that standpoint. He is a quality athlete who just goes about his business and shuns pretty much the limelight. He could care less about the limelight.
So Scotty does have some endorsements. TaylorMade, of course, the clubs he plays.
Right, and the ball.
Nike, they had a commercial hit yesterday.
Okay.
He does do Rolex, and then he has a financial services company called Veritech Bank.
Okay.
So Forbes said he's about $20 million annually in endorsements. So his overall net worth is around $110 million. And his endorsements do make up about 25% of that. So he is doing some of it.
Okay.
He does some stuff with NetJets, and I'm sure, the clubs he plays, the Titleist, the Vokies, the Scotty Cameron putter. I mean, I'm sure they're paying him to play those clubs.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm sure he's not in comparison to like Rory McIlroy. I mean, I'm sure Rory's got a ton more.
Yeah. Well, he's a more high-profile player. He was the most outspoken along with Tiger when Live Golf came into being. He and Tiger led the charge for the PGA. Scheffler was nowhere to be seen.
So Rory, just looking at this real quick, he gets $100 million just from TaylorMade.
Big difference. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
His net worth is almost double.
Yeah. See, right now, where people are looking for a PGA hero, Well, Scotty is that guy, but he doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't want to be that guy. He just wants to go play golf and win and go hang out with his friends and family. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Trust
not
me.
at all.
No, but the
It's
PGA,
refreshing,
yes,
actually.
it is. But the PGA needs a guy like that, and Rory can take it for a while, but he needs. They got to find a guy who is, I'll rephrase it and use that term again, a lightning rod. Bryson DeChambeau is a lightning rod.
Speaking of which,
yes,
came out today that he will be on the Ryder Cup.
That's awesome.
He will be one of the selections from Bradley.
I can't wait for that. He's got to be one of those guys. He shot 64 the last day of the Open and went from like totally out of it to -9 in one day. An incredible performance by DeChambeau.
So there you have it. The big question is, I think not question, but I think it needs to be said is Tiger is in a league of his own.
Yes.
And let's just keep him there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yes.
I mean, he unmatched. I mean, the global influence of Tiger Woods and the off course, the amount of money he makes off the course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see there's any issues with that. Just let him be in a league of his own. Why do we always try to find somebody to compare with?
That's what everybody does, but but unfortunately, that is what this business in a lot of cases has turned into.
So
who's the next guy?
A poll question we put together is Scotty Scheffler the next Tiger Woods? A, yes, he's on the path. The numbers back it up. No, is B, great golfer, but Tiger's impact is unmatched. C, too early. Let's see how he handles the next 5 years. Or D, I don't care. Wake me up when it's the Masters. Yeah. So
just go to Roc and Manuch on X and cast your vote.
I just made that.
Made that up?
Yeah, I didn't put that up.
Okay.
No,
I thought you might have put it out there.
No,
So
what we have up on our page today is we have the initial one that Manuch did with Gino Suarez leading the National League in home runs and RBIs. Can he be considered a candidate for MVP, National League? Yes or no? That was it. And then I put up, should WNBA players be paid more?
Yeah.
And I have, yes, they're stars. It's long overdue. B, no, the league has to grow their own revenue first. C, maybe more transparency before more money. And D, don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your four choices.
Okay.
At Rock. Now you can do your plug there.
Oh, okay. You can go on X at Roc and Manuch. There you go and cast your vote.
So the D-backs open up the second half with a bang. They sweep the Cardinals. Gino Suarez, the 4 homers. The dominant pitching by Fought and Nelson and Kelly was huge. What a great weekend for folks that went out to the park to see this team do what they did. I mean, yesterday with Suarez hitting another 2 home runs, got him up to 35 dingers now in the season, 85 RBIs. Here we are in just towards the end of July. And then Merrill Kelly, strong performance, 6 innings, just 2 runs he gave up. He struck out 5. Corbin Carroll added a spark to his 13th triple of the season.
Incredible.
Which was part of that early 4th inning rally that they had. So this team is now 500, 50-50. A few games out of the NL wild card, and here they are getting ready to take on the Astros tonight, a team that's pretty banged up. You'll be able to hear that on 98.7 Arizona Sports and the Arizona Sports app. That's coming up tonight as Zach Gallen will be on the mound as Astros rookie Colton Gordon. And it looks as though Ketel Marte returns to the lineup. Some say that he'll be a DH tonight, but I don't know that for sure.
Okay.
I don't have the lineup in front of me. You have the lineup, Jimmy?
I
in front of
don't.
you?
I
It
don't.
Didn't pop up on your phone?
No, it didn't. I was searching for it here, and I
were
don't
you
see
really?
it yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Coming up, Jimmy B's. He's got your Summer League rundown, if you even care. If you're going to switch the channel and maybe go to 98.7 for a minute, I don't blame you, because we're going to talk Summer League basketball. I didn't watch it. I don't care about it. And I'll explain why I think the league, it is a joke. But Jimmy's going to try to change my mind.
I will.
And give me a reason why I should have checked in to the Summer League and the Phoenix Suns. That's next right here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Course today and beat the heat.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars. the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Beat the heat with AC Experts. Is your air conditioning ready for summer? Don't sweat it. Our certified technicians are here to keep your home cool and comfortable. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we've got you covered. Enjoy staycations in a perfectly chilled home. For a limited time, take advantage of our special discounts on new AC installations. Call AC Experts today at 480-386-6980 or visit acexpertsaz.com to schedule your appointment. Stay cool, Arizona.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Ready to hit Lake Pleasant the right way? West Side Recreation has your perfect day on the water. From Bluetooth speakers and tow bars to floating mats, tubes, full shade, and all the safety gear. Use code ESPN and get 15% off your rental right now. Whether you want to relax or ride wild, just bring the sunscreen. We've got the rest. Book today at westsideaz.com. West Side Recreation. We rent fun.
Opioid misuse and overdose deaths are serious health issues across the U.S. Anyone at a workplace, including workers, clients, customers, and visitors, can be at risk of an overdose if they use opioids. Are you prepared? Consider making non-prescription naloxone nasal spray a part of your workplace first aid kit. Naloxone reverses an opioid overdose and saves lives. Maintain workplace safety, offer training, and always call 911 for a suspected overdose. Visit naloxoneaz.com.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
There's a party downtown near 50. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. I've been boozy since I left.
Summer League.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean,
you don't know where to begin?
No, I mean, I have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
This is a waste of time. It's a waste of a segment. But you wanted to talk about the Summer League.
All I was going to reference was how some of the players did for the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. I'll do it. So here you are. It came to a close in the championship game last night. It was won
Suns
by
were in it?
But the Suns were not in the championship game.
Okay,
so I'm not referencing. I was just saying it came to a close.
Oh, the league came to a close.
Yes, with the championship game last night. The Suns played their last game, and they had a win over Portland, 111-87. Now, let me dive into Manuch, Fleming, and Brea.
Okay.
All right. Those are the three guys that fans are, I would say, most interested in. Manuch, of course, the headliner there, the center out of Duke. Here's what you're going to get out of these three guys. Manuch, indeed, is going to get playing time throughout the course of the entire season. Not only will he get playing time, it'll start off as limited minutes, but then as soon as you get a certain center who gets hurt, and only plays 35 to 40 games, Maluach's time is indeed going to go up, and you'll get a much better indication how well he can quickly adjust to the NBA style of play. Fleming, for me, is a guy that I see some G League action for him. He's a big guy, but he doesn't bang. He's not a guy that you see posting up smaller players down low on the block. He likes to hang around the three-point line. They can correct all of that, but for me, I think he's going to bounce back and forth. And the same for Brea. He can shoot, but that's it. And you always have to have shooters, but they have some shooters. And the question will be, how will he come off the bench and how effective will he be? One guy that stood out and nobody is talking about is a G Leaguer. His name is Boogie Ellis. And he played at USC. He's been in the G League, kicked around a little bit. Boogie Ellis can score. He had 17 points in the first half, went 6 of 8 from the field, 5 of 7 behind the arc. He's 24 years old, so he has seen the NBA and, of course, the G League. If you are looking for a player who you believe can contribute off the bench in this upcoming season, they will take a good hard look at Boogie Ellis. He might give you more than the rookies that I see right now.
When you look at the Summer League in general, is it a spotlight or a scam?
That's a good question.
Reason why I go there.
Okay.
Because I think it's a moneymaker scam.
Okay.
I think it serves no real value to the players. It's all about revenue. The development is limited.
Yes, that is fair.
Would you say? Yeah,
yes,
it's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, you know, they get short stints. There's no role stability. They are, you know, all the emphasis is on flash, not over the fundamentals. I mean, they're just throwing them out there, and they push these players, you know, for a slim shot of maybe making it. You know, some risk injury, some burnout. They're getting out there just to sell tickets, to sell jerseys, fill some time on television. I don't know.
It doesn't blow your skirt up.
No, not even close. I think if it is a developmental tool or just another piece of the NBA, let's call it the hype machine.
Okay. I think it is part of the NBA hype machine, especially when you have a guy like Cooper Flagg, who did play 2 games, and each night he played, you couldn't get a ticket. The opening night, the courtside seats were $2,500 for courtside seats to a summer league game in Vegas. Okay, so what does that tell you? NBA hype. Look, the kid is legit. He's going to be a star for a long time, barring any serious injuries to him. He has got some serious game. But you have to understand that the NBA uses that because it's a dead part of the time for the NBA. They are still trying to come off after showcasing their draft, and now they get a chance to showcase a couple of the top kids who were indeed drafted. From that standpoint, it's NBA hype to the finest, and to be honest with you, they do a real good job of hyping it. Do I think that it is consequential for some players? Yes. I think it was consequential for Boogie Ellis. I don't think it was consequential for Maluach, Fleming, or Brea. They're going to be on the team no matter what, even if they are bouncing back and forth between the G League and the NBA.
Should Oso
but for Boogie Ellis,
but should Oso and Dunn be playing?
Well, they take a lot of injury. I get the risk of injury thing, but they take a lot of second-year players and put them in this because they don't get an awful lot of minutes. And throughout the course of their rookie season in the NBA, their minutes are limited. So if they don't go to the G League, then you have to try to up their minutes in their second year. It's also a way to, again, as Rock likes to say, use the NBA hype machine, because those players in the respective cities are players that are recognized by fans, and you would hope then that fans, if they were in Vegas, would go to the games to watch those players or at least watch it on NBA TV.
I just wish, they'd be a little bit more transparent, not try to say, okay, this is a proving ground for rookies or a place to show off some fringe talent of some sort. Just say what it is. We're filling up some airtime. We're getting some reps.
I don't think you're going to get
and
that.
we get to have all the front office folks in Vegas, and we get to kind of let off some steam.
I don't think you're probably going to get that, but it's an honest opinion, and I agree with some of it. I've been there. I've covered some summer league. And it is what it is. It's a chance to get out of 110-degree Las Vegas heat and go watch some basketball by players who in college were stars. And so you have some name recognition with some of those stars. But as far as watching an organized setup, look, they have some set plays that they put in. But from any other aspect, it's pretty much up and down basketball, and that's it. That's what you get.
So we're in the offseason now for the Phoenix Suns. Yep. The Beal buyout, of course, frees up some valuable cap space, so allow Phoenix to pivot. You got Booker's extension there, so that's some stability. You got some new leadership. You got some incoming youth. We still got some big questions if they're going to be able to get another player or two to come in. But I do think that this team is definitely on a path that I think Suns fans are going to be supportive.
I think they will support them. Yes, they made the moves, and I think that fans will support this move that was too toxic with the so-called Big Three. They unload Durant, and you know who they got in return.
7-team trade.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then they were able to cut a deal with Bradley Beal, who made out like a bandit because he held all the cards, and then he signs with the Clippers. Look, do I think that Beal and Durant were like in the locker room just tanking this team? I don't really think that was the case. But the way that you look at this right now is that management sent them packing. So there had to be something. And even though maybe it's not out in the open, there had to be some issues with Durant and definitely some issues with Beal. That's why management did what they did.
I am anxious if there is going to be another move, a good move, not just a roster spot move.
Right, yeah. Well, they are rumored to be in on Ben Simmons. So
God,
I know. I'm just saying.
Dude, if that happens.
Yeah. Are you swearing him off?
Yes. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And I've never done that before. But being a Philadelphia 76ers fan all my life.
Oh, you know.
I'm more of a Suns fan now.
Yeah.
But Sixers is where I was born and raised.
Yep.
He's no. That is just the worst. I don't know how the guy's still in the league. Guy can't shoot
because he's 6'10" and can handle the basketball.
But he can't shoot.
I know,
and he's hurt. I know. Why would you want that? I mean, is there somebody on this roster
because they're desperate?
Thinks, we can make it work.
They're desperate for ball handling. Don't want to put it in Booker's hands every night. That takes away from his game. They're not sold on Colin Gillespie yet. And so I'm just saying that there are about 6-7 teams that I saw allegedly have interest in Ben Simmons. Sorry, Rock. I didn't mean to upset you.
Nothing against him personally,
no,
but
I understand.
If I'm the owner of a team and I get to pull the strings, I'm just gonna Google Ben Simmons and it'll give me everything I need to know why I should not hire him.
Here's the good thing: he did not go to Michigan State.
Oh, wow. All right. Former Cardinals wideout Frank Sanders will join us, break down all the buzz heading into camp, which wide receivers are on the bubble, all that good stuff. He will join us next. But first, Sir CC with another Twin Peaks ESPN. And I think this one will be different than the last, a Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Twin Peaks ESPN 620 update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns wrapped up their summer league campaign with a dominant 111-87 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, finishing 2-3 in Las Vegas. Boogie Ellis led the way with 19 points, while Ryan Dunn added 16 and 6 assists in the victory. On the baseball side, the Arizona Diamondbacks completed a 3-game sweep of the Cardinals over the weekend, where Gino Suarez crushed 4 home runs in the final 2 games, and Corbin Carroll tripled 3 times in the series. Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt both turned in strong starts, helping Arizona outscore St. Louis 22-7 across the series. The D-backs now shift their focus to Houston Astros tonight at 6:40 p.m. with Zach Gallen on the mound, set to face Houston lefty Colton Gordon. Listen to the game at 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports. Summer is the season of splurging. Don't compromise. Come into Twin Peaks all week long and save big on some of your favorite food and beverage menus. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, the new Ping I-240 irons have arrived. The tour-inspired I-240 irons are designed from the look of a player's model iron, but offers golfers high launch, forgiveness, and consistency. To reserve a custom fitting, visit us in store or book online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Hey, Manuch here. As a former NFL quarterback, I've taken a few hits, but nothing worse than bad underwear. Sweaty, itchy, riding up. Now that's a daily sack nobody needs. The crew at Cho Boys sent me their boxers and boxer briefs, and I'm telling you, these are the real MVP. The bamboo pairs, game changers. Cool, soft, breathable, like calling the perfect audible for your lower half. Even out in this Arizona heat, Chill Boys keeps me comfortable and focused. I've swapped out the old gear. Now I'm Team Chill Boys, and the whole squad at ESPN 620 is too. Try one pair, you'll feel the difference. Hit up chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com for underwear that protects the pocket and keeps you cool in crunch time.
This summer, escape the heat and head to Backyard Desert Ridge, where Valley sports fans go to play. Catch every big moment on 4 massive 10 by 18-foot LED screens and over 40 HD TVs. Fuel up with wings, nachos, and 45-plus beers or cocktails on tap. Then keep the party going with live DJs and reverse happy hour specials. And this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, your go-to spot to catch every Sun Devil football game all season long. Reserve your table now at backyardusa.com.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family. They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend. At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught. Touchdown Auburn. Sanders caught it. Touchdown Auburn. Frank Sanders from Diggs. Auburn's ahead.
Frank Sanders joins Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. right here on ESPN 620.
That's right. The one, the only Frank Sanders. 81.
Hey, brothers. How y'all doing? Happy Monday, man. Good to hear your voice, Rock, as always.
Does he just clown you like that every Monday?
Because I don't think he's being honest.
Yeah,
I think he's just poking fun at me.
Clowning you.
You know, I just wish we were better friends, that we wouldn't clown each other all the time. I just don't understand that. This is hard-nosed sports radio talk. We got some real tough, some Q&A with you today, Frank. So I'm like, geez, this is how it's going to start. You know, there's no Manuch, so I get extra questions.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that's why that's why I warmed up to you, man. I thought I didn't want you to come at me really hard. I wanted to be kind of like, we're brotherly love here. It's a wonderful Monday. Football seasons get right around the corner. The guys are getting ready to, we're getting ready to watch some Hall of Fame football and, watch some guys get inducted into Canton.
Do you remember if you go back to your first preseason game, the first time you actually put on an NFL uniform and competed? Do you remember who you were playing in? Was it at home or was it on the road?
It was on the road. It was Houston Oilers, and we were going to the Houston. It used to be the Dome, the
Astrodome.
Yeah. That was.
Did you get in
the
game?
That was a great moment, man. Yeah, I scored a touchdown in the game. How about this? You want to hear something funny?
Yeah, go.
So again, I'm thinking I'm going against Chris Dishman, and this is the Houston Oilers with Warren Moore and those guys, and these are names of guys that you just as a young wide receiver, these are superstar defensive backs at this timeline. And I run a little shallow cross. I catch the ball. I go into the end zone. I drop to my knees. I throw my hands up. A veteran walked by and slapped the ball out my hand, said, "It's preseason, Rook. Stand up."
No, I love it.
Oh, man.
And here you are, a second-round pick out of Auburn. You got a little chip on your shoulder. You're like, I arrived.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I arrived. I thought I did. I dropped on my knees, gave glory to God with the ball in my hand. He slapped the ball out my hand. It's preseason, Rook. Stand up.
Oh, that's awesome. So, like in baseball, because you played, at high level, they had kangaroo court. Did they have anything like that in football when you were playing?
Look, there's always, man, this they don't the veterans are the veterans.
Okay.
And the rookies are the rookies. And that is just, the process you go through to becoming accepted amongst the veterans. I mean, it is a process that you have to earn, and whatever that takes, and whoever is the guys that are over that, you only get accepted when you get accepted by certain people, and that's just the way it is.
But you're not answering my question. Was there kangaroo court?
Explain to me when you say kangaroo court.
So in kangaroo court, okay, so in baseball, there's kangaroo court, where if a player makes a mistake, strikes out looking, or overruns a base and gets tagged out, you get fined by a court. I mean, I was, even as a PR guy for the Giants, San Francisco Giants AAA team, I get in there if I had typos in the game notes, I would make.
So you were there all the time.
So I get to sit. Yeah, I was in there a lot. Yeah. So I'm just curious, like, here you are making that rookie mistake by, what you did, that, hey, were you bringing donuts in the next Monday or Tuesday, or was a veteran getting on you for what you did? That's kind of what.
Yeah, so I'm going to say I was there. The guy who drafted me was Buddy Ryan. So guys know about the Buddy way of Buddy's way of taking care of players who did certain things. And then there was always this moment where if you didn't do your job, man, with the veterans at that timeline, you definitely had to pay a price for that. Whether you were doing up downs, or you were bringing extra stuff, or you were bringing breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Or there was fines that, individual rooms, as particular to like the receiver room, quarterback room, and those guys' particular rooms, they all had their own little jar that was that you had to pay a fine into if you didn't do your job. So yeah, that was definitely part of it. I mean, it just depends on who ran it, and if you had a hard veteran that wanted to really punish you by going to Popeyes off of 63rd Street in Peoria to get Popeyes chicken.
That's great.
I like Popeyes chicken.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, is it still the same today, or because of the way that now practices are run, it's changed?
It's changed because there've been the legalities of it, and just the ability now with all of the cameras that everyone has a social media. Mm-hmm. You guys remember back in the days where Dez Bryant had a big argument and they got into a fight in these situations, and it just transitioned from there when guys that start wanting to be equal in the locker room and not taking the how would you say, they didn't allow the veterans to just have their say on what was what. Okay. Because they were willing to fight these guys instead of just going through the rookie process. And so then that changed the locker rooms just across the board, whether it be college And we went from using the term of bringing you in or using what Rock would say, kangaroo court, to hazing. And the hazing part became very, very touch and go in situations. And then we started dealing with mental health issues with players coming in and guys who had, certain mental health issues when they got in, but they were great players. And so you had to kind of back away from those things. So it's still around, but guys just do it more in a respectful way now.
Okay, so you don't duct tape then somebody to the goalpost after practice is over?
I hate it. I wish you still did. That was a great joke and gesture. I really did. I thought that was a great joke and gesture by some of the veterans. And but again, the game has changed drastically. We talk about, Rock, you always discuss how these guys are practicing right now and how it looks like they're in tutus and ballerinas right now out there in training camp, and it looks that way a little bit. And then then you got to watch these guys try to show up on Sunday and be as aggressive and physical as they need to be. The league has changed drastically, and we've all had to adjust to how we view, the process of making the team, the process of being accepted by the veterans and their leadership, and then also just, the process of being a professional athlete for 17 weeks, unless you get into the playoffs.
He's Frank Sanders, Rock, Jimmy B here on ESPN 620. We were talking to Rudy Carpenter in the first hour. We were talking about training camp and how it's so soft now compared to when he played and even when you played. I know you still talk to a lot of players, even players that just retired. And is that seems to be the consensus? It's just that training camp there's you listen to Manuch, the 3-a-days, whatever. But it's one of those things where it seems like it's getting worse before it gets better. And it just seems like the league is run by the players now.
You know what? I'll back up and I'll say Manuch is absolutely right when he talks about the 3-a-days. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to see what they had to do with the guys they did and how they practiced these guys and what they thought was football compared to what is football described as now, in the same 100 yards or 120 yards going that way and 60 yards going left and right. It's weird how that feels. And but the guys that in my past, we talk about what we used to do, and some things we thought was crazy, without a doubt, that we didn't think we needed to do. And then trying to compare it to how they practice now, we can never have envisioned that. It looks exactly how it looks. It is exactly what it is, but with one intention. And this is what becomes the primary. And I like this when I'm about to say. I think this match a lot how you think. When you tie into Vegas and you tie into the games, the video games that are being played, you need to know what players are playing. You need to have an idea what players that will be on the roster so you can set the bets and the odds that are out there. And then when it comes to the video games, you don't want a guy to get hurt that you have intentions on making him a superstar in the video game and he gets hurt because he's doing something stupid in practice. Like, those are the things that become the back-end conversations that says, why aren't these guys practicing the same way? Well, we talk about mental health. We do say that there's a process when if you're taking not hitting and banging against each other, that might reduce the level of, cognitive problems that come along with playing the game of football. Well, you still got to go play it, and it still might happen. And you can hit the ground by, walking or doing agility drills. And if you hit the ground and hit the back of your head, that could cause a mental situation. But I just watched the way they've changed practices and the way things have happened based upon just to watch how social media and social issues come up pertaining to guys' mental health and how they physically begin to look, how their body begins to deteriorate. They begin to change practice and how they did just for the longevity purpose, primarily not for what the guys deal with in the game, but it's after the game that they have to pay attention. They're paying more attention to.
So you're making a case for the mental aspect of the game has changed the sport because of everything around our world, social media, everything else, right? Are you saying that is playing a bigger part of than
without a doubt?
Because Frank, I mean, these 3 days, 2 days that you guys used to always do. I mean, I don't have numbers in front of me, but I know there's some support that shows there's less injuries now than there are back then when the season starts.
Well, yeah, I would say that because of the way they're practicing now. They've done the right thing in regards to knowing that they have made a better attempt to, lessen the blows that guys take and the amount of blows they take. It's like watching a prize fighter. Well, these guys back in the days when we watched boxing, they used to go 17 rounds or until somebody got tired and knocked the guy out. Well, they've changed that up, and they've limited the number of rounds they can fight. They've limited the minutes they can fight with that intent. That's the same thing when it comes to the NFL. The less hits you take to your body, I can see why they practice the way they practice now. But I also can see that when you look at what certain entities need to know about players being there and making sure that players get there for Sunday and the opening week and 17 weeks of the season, then you still make those adjustments. It just don't get as talked about as much, because the most important part is when we say it's better for the guys physically. We remember the day when we saw Walter Payton and how he was walking around. And when we saw when Earl Campbell went up to get an award, and we saw how he walked around. And we regarded him as one of the best, most physical backs that ever played a game. But he had on, he was walking around with, two crutches for him the ability to walk. And I think that was one of the things that made the NFL pay attention to, and they took it serious. And I appreciate that, because when you look at the longevity of it, that's the benefit of when you're taking away some of the blows that the guys do experience.
Frank, so tomorrow when the veterans show up, are they walking in going, oh boy, just another training camp? And are the rookies walking in, man, I can't wait to get in here? Is it like that or not?
It's both. It depends on what your contract looks like.
Good.
It depends on your contract. But I think there's a part where guys when they typically come to camp, most guys are excited about it because they know their days are counted before they really start playing football. One of the beautiful things about watching rookie camp come and watching training camp happens is that you get to begin to develop your team. I mean, this has started since March of at the beginning part of the year, where you've watched your general manager go out and put guys together. You've seen guys who were injured last year come back. You have a new team now. You've practiced just a little bit. Now you're getting ready to kind of really get to that moment where everything is kind of souping toward that moment where you're not just, this is not practice no more. You're getting ready for the big dance now. And so these guys' mindset would be excited. For the veterans that have come in, they'll know the routine. They'll know what to do. They know that but here's the beauty. They already know they're getting protected. They only get a certain amount of reps. They know what they got to do. They're going to be professional. It's the young guys that you want to see how well they adjust to getting ready for, 4 quarters of football.
Frank, this is great today. I mean, Manuch, we got to really get to talk to you today. He didn't have to interrupt and talk about him. We're interviewing you, and we got to talk to you today, because if Manuch was here, he always has to say, well, when I was with the 76, Buffalo Bills or whenever he played there, 81, I don't know. Or when scab player, I don't know, whatever. But it was good. This is I see things progressing with this weekly segment. So this is good, Frank. Thank you for making time today.
I appreciate you having me, man. Like I said, I'm getting ready for the week, man. So we can get ready for football season.
Hey, Frank, when I called that game in 1939, I want you to know that I was only 22 at the time.
Yeah. See you, Frank. We love you.
All right, guys.
That's Frank Sanders here. He's brought to you today by All City Towing. I talk about it every day. They are the largest towing company in the state, a place where your career can get a serious boost. If you are looking for a change, they are hiring across the board, all different types of positions. So if you like set schedules, top equipment, health benefits, 401k matches, life insurance, even a monthly fuel allowance, then you need to take the next step. You need to visit them online. Everything is on the website. Just search careers at allcitytowing.com. That's All City Towing, where your future is on the move. All right. We had a pretty healthy conversation about the WNBA and their big protest yesterday. Well, you're going to hear from someone from ESPN who kind of talked about the WNBA players being unified. That's our Learn on Road 1 call next.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our Three Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
Introducing Baja Riba, premium tequila found at Albertsons, Safeway, and your favorite restaurants. Crafted for 100% blue Weber agave, Baja Riba offers an authentic sipping experience. With 88 years of tradition, our master distiller creates smooth flavors of baked agave, white pepper, and citrus zest. And don't miss our stunning handcrafted bottle, winner of the 2022 Bottle of the Year by Tequila Aficionado magazine. Discover the artistry of Baja Riba tequila, one of the finest in the world.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rose is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Opioid misuse and overdose deaths are serious health issues across the U.S. Anyone at a workplace, including workers, clients, customers, and visitors, can be at risk of an overdose if they use opioids. Are you prepared? Consider making non-prescription naloxone nasal spray a part of your workplace first aid kit. Naloxone reverses an opioid overdose and saves lives. Maintain workplace safety, offer training, and always call 911 for a suspected overdose. Visit naloxoneaz.com.
Time for the G2G Protein Bar Play or Team of the Weekend. Did your favorite player make an incredible play or your team had a big upset? They probably know all about G2G Protein Bars, a refrigerated protein bar with unmatched taste, grab and go goodness. G2G Protein Bars are now available at Costco. It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
So what did you do there, CC?
Oh, yeah, rookie mistake. It must have been training day over here. We played the wrong intro. I gave you guys G2G when I meant to do our one call, that's all.
Okay, so let's fire off the one call.
Yeah,
then.
let's make it right.
I apologize. Here's the one call.
I completely understand where the women are coming from. However, I kind of question how they're going about this because something's getting lost in translation. And if you don't have a unified front, Zaz, we've seen this in every CBA negotiation, whether it's NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA. If you don't have a unified front, the owners are very business savvy people. It's how they got the money to buy these teams in the first place. If they see that weakness, they are going to exploit it. And ultimately, you're going to end up settling for less than what you actually wanted and or deserved.
All right, a topic that we got into in the first hour, or excuse me, the top of the second hour, having to do with the WNBA and the protests that they had. Pay us what we owe, what you owe us was the shirts that they were wearing yesterday, which led to a pretty heated conversation in regards to, do you pay the players or not pay the players? And I feel that they should get paid when they start generating revenue, not when they are $40 million in the hole every year. Why should they be asking for more money? They have a $200 million media deal that kicks in next year.
Right.
That would have been appropriate in the offseason to start talking about increasing that revenue share from 9% to 25% or whatever you need to do. But when you are a one-person league where your one player doesn't play and you average 15,591 fans when she does play, and then when she doesn't play, it drops to 7,645, that is a huge gap. And if she decides she is going to, maybe she's got all this money from endorsements,
right?
Maybe she gets married and has kids and decides I'm not going to play basketball anymore. Then what happens in the league? Is the girl from USC going to be the next Caitlin Clark?
Juju Watkins. I don't think she has the same panache that Caitlin Clark has right now. Doesn't mean that she won't. She's going to have to really show off again in the NCAA tournament and take over that crown if she can. Look, Paige Beckers played for UConn. They won the women's national title. Now Paige Beckers is toiling in Dallas for the Dallas Wings. They've won just like 1 or 2 games. That's it. Nobody knows who Paige Beckers is. They should, because she played for the UConn team that won the national title, but nobody pays any attention.
Okay, because again, it's not a sport that a lot of people watch unless they have kids,
right,
or unless they have kids that play basketball, women's basketball, girls basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But for the average person, you're sitting at the refreshment stand and you see it come on one of the televisions. What the first thing you're doing? Bartender.
Yeah.
Can we switch that to a replay of,
can we watch
Eagles, Kansas City Super Bowl?
Can we watch wrestling?
Can we watch something else? I mean, they bitch about the fact that they're not getting paid a lot.
Yep.
But then you see a lot of these women that are in the league that have a salary. Yeah, it's $70,000. Okay, I know I guess it's not a lot of money. I think it is. And because of Caitlin Clark having that $70,000 employment, it gets her $10 million in endorsements.
Right. She's not playing.
So if she didn't have that WNBA, then she's, if she wasn't, she wouldn't have that $10 million.
There you go. It just would have been endorsement money that she would have made when she played at the University of Iowa. That's it.
But where's the common sense with these ladies?
I think they lost it.
You want to talk raises when you're operating in the red.
Yes.
Come on. This is a business, not a charity.
Yeah.
They're pushing they're pushing NBA level pay without NBA level profits.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how this works.
Or product on the court.
Oh, the product is horrible. And sometimes I guess it's good, but we always talk about the officiating when you do.
I do.
Or a battle, a fight or something like that. You're not talking about a performance on the court.
That's fair.
Someone that's popping 4, 5 straight threes or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we would start seeing better product, then you're going to have respect for that sport and you're going to want to tune in.
I understand that argument perfectly. I've been a person that agrees with that statement, and they have just kind of let the product on the court struggle with so much physicality that they can't keep the cash cow, Caitlin Clark, on the court. She will not play again tomorrow night.
Coming up, D-backs host the Astros tonight. You'll be able to listen to that on Arizona Sports 98.7. First pitch at 6:40. I'm sure it'll all get started pregame at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow, we'll get into the ACC and Big Ten media days. They start over the next 2-3 days, so we'll definitely get into a lot of that. We'll have Jody Jackson on the program, Doug Haller of Suns beat reporter, and as always, it's a Tuesday. Can't have a 3 o'clock hour without Bob McManaman talking Cardinal football from the Arizona Republic. Hey, we know you have choices. Appreciate you hanging out with us for part of your day. If you get a chance, check out our website, rockandmanuch.com. We stream all our shows as well as download the app, that being the Arizona Sports app. So for CC, for Jimmy B, and Manuch, I'm Rock. See you tomorrow.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the